Mr. Beast answers the web's most searched questions. Mr. Beast answers the web's most searched questions. Third time's true. Mr. Beast answers the web's most searched questions. Fourth time is a charm. There we go.
Beast, and this is the Wired autocomplete interview. Let's see what weird things you guys Google about me. Whew, I actually
Mr. Beast feet. Mr. Beast feet pics. Mr. Beast Feastables bar. Mr. Beast feet in Feastables in melted Feastables bars. Mr. Beast Jimmy Donaldson Jimmy Donaldson feet. Mr. Feet Beast. Mr. Feastables bars.
don't Google myself much, so I have no idea what's about to pop up.
Brother, it's gonna be how much is Mr. Beast worth? Mr. Beast net worth. How much money does Mr. Beast have?
Okay, board number 1. Why is Mr. Beast named Mr. Beast? I wish I had a better story to tell you guys, but when I started
Mr. Beast 6000.
Xbox Live account many years ago when I was a little kid, it autofilled the name as Mr. Beast 6000. Eventually I dropped the 6000.
No way this motherfucker's name is his auto-generated Xbox username. We were talking about that the other day. Like, at what your Xbox username was. This guy's fucking Xbox username was Mr. Beast 6000, and now he's the biggest YouTuber, and he named himself after his fucking Xbox name. What? Mr. Beast is such a cool Xbox-generated username. Mine was like Cupid Lover 59, bro. That was lame as fuck.
What is Mr. Beast's
Net worth.
logo supposed to be?
A tiger.
I don't really know. I guess it's kind of like a tiger. I'll be honest. I mean, even though that logo's probably been seen 100 billion times, I actually put very little thought into it. When I was a little kid, I just kind of designed a tiger.
Why does Mr. Beast not show his feet in camera more?
My name, my logo, probably should have had more thought behind it. I'll admit it. Why does Mr. Beast change his thumbnails? That's
it's fucking A/B testing, bro. It's Mr. Beast has like gamified the YouTube game. Like, it's not just A/B testing. Mr. Beast will have like 20 different thumbnails for like one individual video, because like minute changes can increase click-through rate pretty drastically. Like, even if he has one video with like, say his click-through rate's like 10%, and then he has a thumbnail that gets it to 10.4, that 0.4% for somebody with, you know, fucking 300 million subscribers is millions of views.
a good question. So what they're referring to is sometimes we'll upload a video with the thumbnail, and then if you check the video a month later, it'll have a different thumbnail. The answer is, I just never know how to thumbnail our videos, because sometimes we'll do something crazy like world's fastest man versus a cheetah. How do you show that in a thumbnail? Because there's like 100 different ways you can make a thumbnail of a man running against a cheetah. You could do like a side profile shot, you could do a frontal shot. And so a lot of it is me just like second guessing myself and be like, I don't know if this thumbnail is the best, or maybe we change this angle.
I do wonder how hands-on he is with his own YouTube game. You know what I mean? Like, most like YouTubers at his size don't make their own thumbnails. You have a thumbnail editor guy. You give them ideas and then you tweak it. Like, that's how my thumbnails are. Like, if you see a thumbnail of mine, I'm just sending ideas to fucking Kangro. He's sending shit back. I tweak it, or I go change this, we'll change that, and then that's what I upload. Sometimes we'll have a disagreement. Like, sometimes I'll nail it immediately and I'll just use that. Sometimes it'll take an edit or two, and then there's like a few where I've had him edit it like 5 different times and I didn't like any of them, so I just pick one. Because it's like, some videos it's impossible to thumbnail.
And my thumbnail team probably hates me because I just like change my mind.
Yeah, that's what I think he's in the same way. I think he's hands-on in the sense of like, hey, I want this, and then they send him 40 thumbnails, and he's like, these 5 are good.
And my thumbnail team probably hates me because I just like change my mind all the time and constantly change the thumbnails. Thumbnails are important, but what is ultimately most important is that you just make great content.
Nope. Yeah, you need good content. But I think the thumbnail game of it's not the only thing that matters. Your content matters first and foremost. But similar to how black pillars will say looks are the only thing that matters, That's thumbnails on the YouTube game. Like, looks matter in life, but they're not everything, similar to a thumbnail, right? You need the thumbnail. It's the prerequisite, they would say, right? Like, you need somebody. If you could have really good content, but if your thumbnail and your title sucks, you know, nobody's going to click on your video.
How does Mr. Beast get his contestants? Typically, we have this Instagram page that I promote on my Instagram stories all the time called Mr. Beast Casting. It has the verified check mark, and then we just source a lot of our contestants through there. All right.
He didn't explain that fully. I'm going to explain it how they've explained it to me. I don't know if I'm supposed to share this. They source people through that, but they randomly select, like, this is how they used to do it. They randomly select a certain percentage, and then they interview or get a certain percentage of people they think will be entertaining, right? Because you can't randomly select 100 contestants, because you could have 100 contestants be really fucking boring, right? So they're not picking anybody that they think are going to have a competitive edge or anything. They're picking like 40 people at random, and then like 40 people that they think might be kind of funny or like entertaining or outgoing. Because like, you got to think the average Mr. Beast viewer that's applying to a Mr. Beast video is probably very introverted, quiet, and not ready to be on camera. So if you had like a few videos where you have, like, imagine if the Squid Games video was just 100 people, like the 300 people were just all introverted people. Like, the video would be horrible. Like, I'm not dissing introverted people, but for the content perspective, you need the guys that are like, I'm gonna win this. It's gonna be me. Yeah. Like, those are the guys that you need, right? You need the cocky people. So they have to source them, like, through the groups of, you know, like they're still randomly selecting people, but like they want some people that are personalities.
Right. We got another one. Mr. Beast's first video. Well, if you go to my channel, you can set it to oldest.
But they don't, like, they're not like hand picking like all their contestants. Like, if you apply, like, there's like, you have the same chance as everybody else of getting in. Like, they're fair in their choices. They explained that to me when I was on, this was years ago. They might have changed the system now, but they're fair in selection on like how they're picking people.
And you will see that my first video is actually, I recreated Saw in Minecraft. I was a little kid with a hand-me-down laptop from my brother that I kind of like stole. I load up Minecraft and I'm just building, like, I built this big box, and then I put like some little like pigs from there in there, and then built like mini weird saw traps. And I was just like,
is it that he invented a new flint knapping technique. After 2 years of practice, researchers decided it was finally time to put his skills to the test. They gave him an unmodified core of flint and a hammerstone. Nearby was a clear box with fruit inside. It was held shut by a thick nylon cord. In order to get to his reward, he would have to hit off a large sharp flake to cut through the cord. During the trial, knocking off flakes was not a problem for the trained bonobo. However, some of these flakes were too small, so he would try again. He would select the largest flakes and assess their sharpness by looking at the edge and testing it on his tongue. Eventually, he knocked off a large flake and was able to cut open the box. This process was repeated 11 times, producing an abundance of data and artifacts.
For a banana.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. When researchers analyzed the bonobo-made artifacts, they found something remarkable. Many of them were virtually indistinguishable from the tools that our ancestors made 2 million years ago. The flakes had striking platforms, bulbs of percussion, and sharp usable edges. The ones he decided to use were the largest and sharpest tools. His method of assessing the sharpness with his tongue may have been the same way our ancestors assessed sharpness, but there were differences too. Our ancestors usually knocked off flakes at around 80 degrees to consistently produce long flakes. Kanzi's flakes averaged nearly 90 degrees, essentially right angles. This is the maximum angle at which these materials will fracture at all. This tells us that Kanzi did not have quite as complex an understanding of flint knapping as our ancestors did 2 million years ago, and this may also be due to chimpanzee hands not being as dexterous as ours. Our lineage has been knapping stone for well over—
What does a shaved chimp look like? Huge nuts. Wow. I can't show that image. I mean, dude has a bowling ball for a nutsack. Can I show that? I'm not going to show that. He kind of just looks like an old man. If I scroll, chat, the rest of the image is just straight ball sack.
over 2 million years. Modern human hands are quite literally evolved to nap stone. It was only in the past 5,000 years or so that most of us stopped. Kanzi's flint napping was impressive, but it was notably worse than, say, Homo erectus.
Somebody said Joe's jealous. Nah, that shit would be hard to walk, bro.
Either way, it gives us a window into what the earliest sharp stone tools would have looked like. Our minds were already capable of understanding how to create sharp stone edges, and our dexterous hands came later. In another study conducted 14 years later, Kanzi had clearly become more adept at making and using stone tools. Kanzi and another bonobo used stone to break into logs and dig, both getting a reward if successful. Kanzi used flakes like a drill, rotating them to bore deeper into the log. He used larger flakes as wedges to pry into the logs and even used them to chop. In another part of the experiment, he used flakes as shovels to dig into tough sediment to retrieve food. It's interesting to note that Kanzi was far more successful than the other less trained bonobo, indicating that his training really did pay off and allowed him to access these resources. Kanzi lived on.
I wish they would test to see if he would pass it on to a future generation, because that's one of the biggest things that we've done as a species that has enabled us to progress, is our capability to pass down knowledge, because then you're giving your... That's why, like, humanity as a whole is supposed to get better and better through each generation, because the starting point of, like, lack of knowledge, rather, is supposed to be earlier and earlier, right? Like, you're supposed to be where your parents were at 25 when you're 20. And then they're supposed to be where you're at right now when they're, like, 18. And then you're supposed to get smarter and smarter. That's why it's like, you know, fucking juniors in high school, seniors in high school learn calculus. Calculus was, like, not something that the average person that was 17 knew 50 years ago.
On for about a decade doing all kinds of fun scientific studies before sadly passing away in March of 2025. These studies show that with human interaction or training, bonobos and chimpanzees can produce intentional stone tools, leaving wear patterns comparable to early human artifacts. Such tool production and utilization competencies are extremely similar to the competencies of early humans such as Homo habilis and Homo erectus. A 2021 study on untrained chimpanzees showed that they did not spontaneously create or use sharp flake stone tools, even when provided with materials, suggesting extensive social learning or training is necessary for this behavior. We know that chimpanzees have to learn how to process nuts with stones and anvils from their relatives who teach them the technique. It's a cultural innovation. In order for wild chimpanzees to start flaking their own stone tools, they would have to have quality stone available to them, and importantly, a reason to create sharp tools. Without direct human intervention, this seems unlikely. But funny enough, capuchin monkeys in Brazil are accidentally achieving what we consider a human milestone. They use stone hammers to open fruits and nuts, but also for a far stranger reason. They smash rocks together to create dust which they then lick up. Scientists really have
Oh my god, to get salt intake?
no idea why they do this. Maybe it's to help them get some minerals into their diet. Regardless of why they do it,
Minerals?
they happen to create stone flakes that are virtually identical to early human tools in Africa. These stone flakes have been found in Brazil in layers dating back over 50,000 years ago. At first it was thought that humans were in the region
Yeah, like iron.
in tens of thousands of years before we thought,
What other minerals would you get from a rock?
but it now seems it was actually capuchin monkeys leaving a seemingly human signature. So ironically, capuchin monkeys have unintentionally entered the Stone Age before our closest relatives.
How would they know? Well, it's not that they would know. It's that, like, if they licked up, like, rock dust one time, they probably felt better. Like, it's like, if you lick a salt rock, you're like, oh, that tastes good. Like, your body still knows what's good and what's bad. That's why poop's disgusting to you. Because we know poop is deadly for us, right? Potentially harming bacteria, and it's a biohazard. But poop smells like shit. Well, poop is shit. But poop smells bad because you're genetically not meant to have that. But for other animals that like poop probably smells fucking great, you know? Like, if you're like a dung beetle, you probably smell shit and you fucking start getting, all jazzed up.
So are chimpanzees in the Stone Age? Kind of, but not really. They've been hunting with spears and cracking nuts with stone hammers for thousands of years. And Kanzi proved that bonobos can flint nap when taught. Yet wild individuals
My dog eats their poop. There are dogs that do that.
have never made a
You
cutting
should try and stop your dog from doing that.
tool on their own, at least as far as we know. Not because they lack the cognitive capacity, but because they lack the necessity. The story of our own species likely mirrors this pattern. We exploited carcasses with sharp stone tools to get access to an entirely new food source. During severe droughts or food scarcity, tool-using apes had a much better chance at surviving.
Okay, that is a terrifying image.
This feedback loop favored an increasing reliance on tools, and fundamentally shaped what we became. Tool use likely became non-negotiable for our survival. Chimpanzees do not face these same circumstances. They simply need a reason, and let's hope they never get one. Well, that was a fun one. I still can't believe these videos of
I am not worried about chimpanzees uprising and taking over the world.
chimpanzees flint napping. I legitimately know humans who are worse at flint napping. What topic should I cover next? Comment down below, hit that like button.
Dude, I loved that video. That was fucking awesome. Chimpanzees gonna de-evolve when they learn about taxes. Yeah, what level of consciousness do we start taking their income? All right, count me down, I gotta pick. The internet's worst food hacks.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're going to be talking about food.
Chat, stop saying glory to Israel at the start of the fucking... Throw it in sub only. The internet's worst food hacks.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're going to be talking about food hacks. When it comes to getting a little more bang for your buck at a restaurant, you'll hear a whole lot of relatively innocent methods like ordering from kids menus, adding homemade guac to your Chipotle.
I feel like the most common quote-unquote food hack you hear at a fast food restaurant is that you should order your soda with no ice or light ice because places like Chick-fil-A tend to fill the entire cup with ice. So if you get a large soda, you actually get like 10 ounces instead of whatever the large actually is. All right, we're going to do this. Yay, YouTube audience. YouTube audience. I'm letting you know. Actually, editor, keep this in. We're just going to turn chat off for a brief moment here because they're all spamming glory to Israel. So we're just have chat off for a brief moment here, but they'll be back at some point. I just just so you know.
Right, all pretty harmless shit. These methods are fine if you're trying to keep it safe and legal, but most people aren't aware that they're leaving tons of money on the table. I'm talking about unethical food hacks. If you're willing to sacrifice your humanity for a free meal, there's truly no limit to the ways you can fleece a restaurant.
I mean, the biggest ultimate food hack is just stealing, no? Like if you go to a fucking fast food restaurant, you order food, just don't pay for it. Oh. Chat, actually stop. I'm serious. Like I like having chat in the videos and I like being able to talk to chat, but like when I talk to chat and I look over and you're all just spamming, that's really annoying. Oh no, the other ultimate food hack. You go to a Chipotle and you ask for, you know you're going to get double meat. You ask for like one thing, you'll just go, I'll have chicken. And then you go, actually, I'll have double. Because if you get a scoop of chicken, or if you ask for a double, they'll give you a scoop and a half. But if you ask for just chicken, then double, they'll give you another. I don't really be doing that, though. I'm not like, because they know you're going to do it, too. People act like they're slick with it. They're like filming the Chipotle worker. Y'all have chicken. Make it double. Whole another scoop. Like you didn't fleece him like that.
On how to
No. I don't agree with this. You might be saying that you're shoving it to the man, but you know, treat your waitresses kindly. People who are working there, you know, fucking don't put their jobs at risk, right? Disclaimer. This is a joke video. We're just showing you this is just what people do. There's a lot of
I thought this was gonna be a video about food hacks where it's like struggle meals. Like I like the direction this video is going. I originally thought it was going to be like, yeah, you take the two butts of a loaf of bread and cut a hot dog in half and you have a sandwich now. I have no food in my house. I'm eating a mayo sandwich. Some shit like that. Where it's like, oh no, I only have the butt of a bagel and then like I have a butt of a loaf of bread and then a bagel, so you're like making a sandwich with like random items. All right, we got that.
All right? So now people can't get mad at us for being like, okay, well, you're a piece of shit.
Well, if people want the
Oh, what? Because he's teaching people how to, like, steal from restaurants or something?
One of the easiest ways you can get free food is by simply pestering the workers until they break down and give in. In recent years, these multi-billion-dollar food chains have been slowly shrinking portion sizes and upping prices. As recently as last year, Chipotle CEO Scott Boatwright was under
Bro, I gotta say, what percentage of a food or drink item are you allowed to have before sending it back is fucked up? Most premium wireless data companies are getting more expensive. They're a pain to talk to, and it's terrible to change out of them. But that is where Mint Mobile, the sponsor of today's video, steps in and gets rid of all of those problems. Not only is Mint Mobile easy to switch to, as they're 100% online and you have no in-store requirement needed to switch, and it only takes a few minutes to activate your eSIM, but also they have a great summer promo going on, because right now with Mint Mobile's summer promo, you could switch and get 3, 6, or 12 months of premium wireless on any plan, even unlimited, for only $15 a month. They offer 5G to 98% of Americans and 4G LTE to 99% of Americans, so don't worry that your specific location won't be covered. Their plans range from 6, 17, 23 gigabytes a month or unlimited, and with the summer promo, you could get unlimited for $15 a month. You can also keep your current phone and phone number when you switch. You don't have to get a new phone and swap your phone number. It's a pain, and that's another reason people don't want to do it, but with Mint, that's not a problem. Stop overpaying for wireless, because that's how it's always been. Switch to Mint and get 3, 6, or 12 months of premium wireless for $15 a month. That is any plan, including unlimited. Link in the description. Thank you to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this video. And let's get back into it. Like, say you're drinking a margarita and you go, this tastes like shit. Something's wrong with it. I think if you drink more than 30% of it, that's your margarita. You should pay for it. Like a sip. Like, I've seen people at bars, they'll get a bug in their drink and they'll send it back, which is, you know, individual choice. I'm not going to judge. Personally, if there's a fly in my drink, I'm not really caring. I'm drinking it either way. There's far worse stuff going on in the backs of kitchens that people don't realize. I think they're in their brain going, ew, dirty, a bug in my drink. There is a sweaty man on drugs literally cooking your fucking burger in the back of a hot, unclean kitchen, okay? And you're sitting here worried because you have a gnat in your beer. Anyways, drink the fly? I'd probably toss it out. But, you know, if I'm a little drunk, I might drink the fly. Yeah, sure, why not? It's protein. Any Hoosers, if you have more than like 30 to 40% of the meal item, say you're eating a burger, and you get 3 bites into the burger, that's your burg now. No? You can't send that back. You can. If you get a burger and you eat more than 2 bites of that shit, you can't send it back. That should be a rule, because you're trying to con the system. There are people that do that, where they will drink 30 to 80, they'll drink 60% of a glass of wine and be like, this is disgusting, and send it back. No, it's, all right, hold up, real quick. Could I shove my fingers down your throat so you vomit that back up? Because what the fuck? If you're eating most of the menu item, I think 50%'s fair, right? If we're really drawing a hard line, if you drink more than half of a drink or eat more than half of the meal, that's your meal. I think you could get into the stipulations of, you know, if you have a specific food item, like a burger, if you eat 30% of the burger, it's not taking you 5 bites to realize that it sucks, right?
Fire for his comments during earnings call, where he explained that 60% of their core customers earn over $100,000 a year, meaning they could confidently continue to raise prices year over year. Not a great thing to say, you know what I mean? But not everybody can be Costco, man. Not everybody can have the true grit of Costco being like, I don't fucking care.
hot dogs, $1.50.
Hot dogs, $1.50, and I'll fucking roll over my grave. I have a feeling that when he dies, they're gonna change something. He's gonna haunt all of them. Yeah, he's gonna possess the new owners of stores, or he's gonna haunt the new owner of the company.
Did you see it?
He's gonna fucking.
I think he's gonna haunt the hot dogs.
You think you see this?
What if I took one wheelie big bite and take over 3/4 of the burger down, then discover it's bad? Number one, I hate you for typing really with W's. Number two, if you eat 3/4 of the burger in one bite and then it's bad, okay, sure, yeah, send it back. But I mean, if I'm seeing you munch down a burger and you go, yeah, that's disgusting, I'm gonna need a new one. What? Or the funniest shit, the funniest shit is when, because this is the thing. You know somebody, you know they're trying to con it if they ask to keep the menu item. Like, you've probably done it, where you send something back and then you'll go, oh no, you could just leave it. This, like, if the menu item's wrong, not if it's bad. Like, if they bring you an appetizer you didn't order, they go, oh, I'm sorry. Well, most of the time they'll actually leave that. Like, if you order an appetizer and they just give you the wrong item, they'll let you eat it and they won't charge you. But usually if it's like, say you ordered a quesadilla. This literally happened to me the other day. I ordered a quesadilla when I was in St. Martin with Chris. They get it wrong. Like, dead wrong. But it's what Chris wanted. But he didn't order. Like, I ordered something. I didn't like what they ordered. He wanted it. So I was like, he'll eat it, but don't. I was like, charge me for it. I was like, I'm not going to try and con you. Like, the lady, like, looked at me and she was like, oh, we'll take it back. And I was like, no, just leave it. Because they're throwing it out otherwise. And I hate that. Like, I'd rather pay for the item, have us eat half of it, than them to send it back, me to get something, and them just toss it in the trash. Because then it's just like, and I know I waste food during my videos, where it's like I'm doing a taste test and I'm throwing out a lot of the fucking shit. Keep in mind, I'm eating fucking century eggs. I'm eating gross food or stuff that's going to expire. Like, most of the time, if I'm at a restaurant, I'm like, I'm not trying to just be like, oh yeah, no, send it back. Throw all that shit out. The Pop-Tarts, totally different. Fuck Pop-Tarts. Those are, that Pop-Tart video I did ruined Pop-Tarts for the rest of my life. I felt like shit eating those.
Baggins doing a ghost encounters, though, of Costco would be pretty sweet, though, huh? I heard something on my EMF reader. The hot dog's like, what the f? Dude, come say that in my f***ing face, man. Cover me! Customers at Chipotle had already recognized the trend in lower portion sizes back in 2014. For a time, they even began filming the workers behind the counter so they could pressure them into
Yo, you talk to a millennial, they'd be talking about Chipotle prices in like the late 2010s like it was the fucking roaring 20s.
increasing the portion.
The horrors of being memed.
I think there's a few fates worse than death. Like being boiled alive or having to spend more than 10 minutes with this gooner.
So bad about being with me.
Oh, yeah, that guy's a cornball, bro. The more and more I thought about Obsession, I went, dude, Bear's actually just a fucking loser. Ugh.
And then the worst fate of them all, being memed. Now, is being memed a fate worse than death? No, I dragged the hell out of that. It's really dependent on the circumstances, but it can get pretty bad. But hey, I've also found...
I think being memed depends on the meme. I think certain gifs of me are pretty funny, but the I've been in the hills meme is pretty torturous. I think that one is probably a bottom tier meme. I think those are, you know, not ideal. I think like the golden meme is like the low taper fade meme. Like the picture of Ninja where he's like that's funny as hell.
that they can be a plus.
But certain memes, it's like, okay, you're just getting corn. Like what's like another cornball meme? 6'7"? Being the 6'7" kid. Being the Hawk Tua girl. That's the worst.
But I think the best way to see the effects is by looking at some cases of people who have been memed. Now, obviously, being memed has to be tied to a real person. Something like Triple T doesn't really affect anyone. You know, maybe except this guy who people say looks like Sahur. I can't lie, I kind of see it. But the first example that comes to mind will be our recent TikTok memes like Sun. Now, Sun is operating at a level only comparable to Kirkification. The amount of variations I've seen of Sun is ridiculous.
Oh my god, bro.
Sunyan now is a big thing that people put on Twitch. Wait, chat, type that emote. Little Sunyan one. I don't know if it shows up. I think it does. Yeah, it does. A little onion dude. There's a million of them.
I promise you, chronically online people are the real creatives. And the crazy thing is the Sun meme started off.
No, bro, and see, that's like another one. That's the our brains are shrinking. That is an edit from a thumbnail that Evan made of my video. Like, our brains are sun crying emoji. if you went to the left, my face is there, and this is originally a skull.
Chronically online people are the real creatives. And the crazy thing is the Sun meme started off as just this image of Anthony Mackie, who most people know as a Falcon in like a bunch of Marvel movies and all that. But the crazy part is that his character's name is Sam Wilson. This shit really write itself. But this image of Anthony Mackie has been a meme since even before Sun. I don't know why, but it's something about his smile. People are saying he looks like he knows something about you, which low-key. Cause it's like the Janet Jackson smile. It looks mad mischievous, and I'm saying it's all in.
Yeah, like you're trying not to giggle. Like if a teacher's yelling at you back when you were in fucking school.
Mischievous, and I'm saying it's all in the mouth and cheeks. But someone like Anthony Mackie, it's hard to really assess how he'd react to these memes because he just mainly avoids it. And the only thing I could find of Anthony Mackie.
Bro, that is true. I feel like when you have like a Hollywood celebrity, they don't really like address those memes. You know what I mean? Like, has Anthony Mackie seen these memes? He had to have. It's like every comment section's just a fucking gif of his face. Like, he has to know. I'm assuming it's just like, it's too big. He's too big that it doesn't matter.
Commenting on this meme is him liking a comment of somebody saying to leave him alone with all the Sun shit. Now, I couldn't find the original comment, but I remember seeing it. So just take my word for it. So I'm guessing he's not too upset with it, but people are just doing too much like they normally do. On his Instagram, damn near every single one of his comments has something to do with Sun, which
No.
the meme cannot be funny enough for you to be going to his personal page just to troll.
Yeah, dude. No part of me is going, oh, dude, I just saw the Sun meme. Let me go comment on Anthony Mackie's fucking post.
Okay, maybe he can, but
Okay, Sam Sun's pretty funny. That's a good one.
still. And the only other thing I can
And why do they always, what is with memes? Why is it like every meme of a person ends up devolving to just making them morbidly obese? Like, why is that a thing as well? Like JD Vance. Like every time there's a meme image, it's just like, we're just gonna make them really fat and old.
but still. And the only other thing I can find of him reacting to his memes is this interview of him being asked about the he looks like he knows something about you meme.
I've seen this before and I still don't get it. I want to get it. I want to be like
The same one?
yeah. I still don't. Do you get it?
Don't look at me like that. You don't know anything about me.
This nigga's trolling. But someone like Anthony Mackie, you know, they'll definitely be fine. He's making millions of dollars off all their movies. You know, he's in the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, like how much money does Anthony Mackie have? Bro, from being in the Marvel movies, 100 mil. I mean, he's had his own movie. More than 20, bro. I feel like he got paid more than 20 just for his Captain America.
He's the one that dropped this mean ass line too.
On your left.
Yeah, he'll be fine. This isn't the worst way to get memed. But for something like music,
Fuck no. Really?
being memed is like this Charlie Kirk looking ass nigga. You want to avoid it. I really don't like this bad nigga, by the way. Shout out the actor, though. You know, he did a good job. Let's separate the actor from the role, please. Let's also start.
No, and I do feel bad for actors that play like objectively unlikable roles, and then the actors themselves get hate for that. Like the wife in Breaking Bad, or Bear, or like even in like kids shows. Like if you're playing like Norna, what is her name in fucking iCarly, and she's like really fucking weird. Like there's so many characters where it's just like they get so much shit, but it's like, yo, they're just playing Nora is her name. Yeah, like so many people, it's just you're playing that role to be unlikable. But then people associate you with that character.
Sending Black Snape death threats.
We got to draw some lines. This shit getting out of hand.
Now, I was segueing to talk about music memes, but let me do this little side rant real quick, which is sort of on topic if you consider Black Snape a meme. Which, take a look at this. This shit's a meme, right? But one small little tiny thing, right? The smallest, most petite little minuscule thing. Why did whoever this jester of a casting director is, right? Why did the character that gets bullied for the way that he looks and people don't trust him for the way that he looks, why did they make him black? Everybody racist in Harry Potter, I guess. Which they low-key already were. Alright, I could make a whole video on J.K. Rowling and the bullshit she put on the page. But back to the music. Doobie Scoot.
Full copyrighted. That's a copyrighted song? That's crazy.
Just me, or am I seeing this absolutely everywhere?
What is it? To be scooty-doo. It's overdone.
And looking at if it had a net positive or negative on who people are calling Withered Lucky and Funtime Drewski, it's gonna be kind of hard. Because on one side, Funtime Drewski
Funtime Drewski sounds like a compliment.
I'm not gonna call him that. But on one side, he's probably making more money than he ever has in his whole life, just on how big this song has gotten. But on the other side, people are drawing these fuck-ass comparisons on how he looks.
It's fully copyrighted.
Because if you look like them, I mean, you look like them, what else can you really do? And at first glance, it really just looks like people are making fun of the song, which it's insane.
Bro, that's how they make money too, bro. I feel like, yeah, his listens are one thing. Any video that plays that song gets full copyrighted. Full copyrighted. You get a video with 2 million views, all that money goes to him. Oh my God.
Shit. You can see why somebody would be inclined to hate on it. But the guy who made this song, whose name is beyond my tongue, I don't think he's really...
I got that, no problem. Kishkrieg. What?
I don't think he's really receiving a lot of hate. And that's the thing with a lot of people who get memed. They're not necessarily receiving hate, it's just being the butt of the joke and being trolled. And a lot of people can't handle that, which is honestly fair when people take it too far. But I would say a good amount of people are just enjoying the song for how fun and catchy, versus something like coworker music.
I'm the fucking king of the sea.
Oh my God, dude, I went down a rabbit hole of coworker music the other day. His name's like Hobo something. Hobo Johnson. I don't think it's like that bad, but it would be like categorically described as coworker music. Because he's just talking.
Sometimes I get a little bit angry.
There's this one guy okay, should I try and find the video? He does videos where he does Christian rock, but he just raps about like eating like grilled cheese or something. No, yeah, he's a little person. And he has a backwards hat, and he starts the video like this. And then he goes into the mic, and he goes, I went to the park today, and I'm like, what am I watching? But you have a date at 6 p.m. You're waiting until 7:30. Brother. I mean, horrible first impression, too. Even it's a fake date. I know. I'm just saying, in reality, I would never wait this long. Like, he's leaving voicemails.
Later. His steak arrived, but he only stared at it patiently as if he was waiting for his date to arrive. Then he started pretending to cry. At this point, the restaurant had been closed for 25 minutes. A passing couple eventually felt bad enough that they paid for his meal, letting him take a near untouched spread home with him. As he was leaving, a waiter who was cleaning tables put his hand on Steven's shoulder and told him,
Take care of yourself. Don't let them get you down.
And as a side note, he did tip the waiter $20 and also made a $50 donation to the American Civil Liberties Union, which I'm guessing they probably felt kind of bad. But I will say,
oh yeah, dude, you had a random couple pay for your dinner. But to be fair, that couple, they think they're great. The other side, that couple you scammed money out of, but that couple also went home going, we did a good thing. That night, they felt good about themselves. They went, we paid for that man's dinner. That was sad.
That's not worth it. Also, too, I think it's a thing when you're trying to like get one over on these establishments, I feel like you got to play ball with the waiters at least. These aren't the only ways you can debase yourself for free.
Tattooing yourself for food. Nope.
Grub. In fact, many restaurants have free food promotions that are easily worth it to select group of frugal people. A common promotion restaurants have
Domino's. I'd rather get, like, the golden arches tattooed on me than a pizza place, dude. Holy fuck.
Used in the past is the one that offers free food for a year or more of those who tattoo their logo on their body. Many people have no qualms doing this, especially if it's just an inch or two of ink that they can hide somewhere.
McDonald.
A big enough deal can lead people to truly desecrate
oh god, the fucking receipt
their body, like a man who was after a lifetime of free Subway sandwiches. In 2022, oh god, 2022 Subway? If it was like the 90s when I was like, because I feel like I used to really like Subway, and I don't know. Have you felt that the quality is gone?
I don't know. I still like it.
Well, I mean, I think you'd eat anything.
I was gonna say, I eat slop.
You do. I mean, it's unbelievable.
You put a slop bowl in front of me.
You would deep fry a baby's diaper. As long as you had fucking some hot sauce, you'd be like, I don't know, it's okay. I've never heard you say it was bad. I've never once heard you say food was bad. He had like a little bit like some fuzzy mold and something. He's like, oh, it's fine.
And then yeah, tummy hurts.
Yeah, that's our favorite thing is we'll be like, I don't think you should eat it. He's like, no, it's fine. And then he'll be like, you audibly gasp a lot. Oh. In 2022, Subway held a promotion for their brand new Subway Series menu overhaul. Basically, the bigger the tattoo of their logo, the more free sandwiches a person could receive. James Kunz from Colorado decided that...
But that was like a definitive rule. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like getting a fucking back tat of Subway, you get lifetime supply. That's not that bad, bro. You're probably spending, you know, that tattoo might be like a couple $1,000s, like filled out. Or not a couple thousand, like 1,000. It's a tough tat. Yeah, but then every time you got to explain, but that is a badass story. Yeah, I got this. Now I have free Subway sandwiches for the rest of my life.
For a $50,000 gift card, he would gladly plaster a fully colored 12 by 12 inch logo across his back.
Wait, for how much?
James Kunz from Colorado decided that for a $50,000 gift card, he would gladly plaster a fully colored 12 by 12 inch logo across his back. Other embarrassing promotions including the 7-Eleven Bring Your Own Cup Day, where people are allowed to fill up any container they can bring with the Slurpee for just a few dollars. As you can imagine, people go out of their way to be as obnoxious as possible about it, which to me, it's fair game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's fair game. It's whatever the machine, it's yours. You know, I've seen some crazy shit online. And over in Taiwan, a 2-day-long promotion at a sushi chain called Sushiro claimed that anyone who officially changed their name to contain the characters for salmon would be rewarded with an all-you-can-eat sushi meal with as many as 6 friends. What followed was labeled by news stations as salmon chaos. This is because
everybody was named Salmon.
As over 300 people rushed the government offices to follow through with the promotion, seeing as
to change their name legally to Salmon to just get all-you-can-eat sushi. That's fucked. Because that's like, now you have to go get a new ID. You have to go to your bank. Like, you have to change everything.
Only costed a few bucks to have your name changed at the time. Interviews would reveal that the name translated to things like explosive good-looking salmon, salmon prince, meteor salmon king, or simply just
Meteor Salmon King is such a sick name.
Salmon. I will say, Meteor Salmon King is fucking sick. Salmon's not bad.
That's an awesome name.
That's not a bad name. A few people decided to change their names to entire run-on sentences, like one that roughly translated to
Chen Redacted has a black dragon cannon and turned into Redacted on March 14th. 2021 is in a steady relationship with Redacted. Love you. You are my only love for the rest of my life. In this life, I want to eat salmon with you.
I will say
that was somebody's name.
That's pretty romantic. Also, you could just tell, what's your name? Ted. You know, what my legal name is, that's a story. That's a conversation. Although, I want to see that guy's driver's license. People started eating hundreds of dollars worth of food, even coordinating in groups so they could eat morning to night. Many would simply eat the salmon and leave the rice underneath, resulting in piles of wasted rice scattered across tables. When celebrities go out to eat, it's not uncommon for their meals to be comps. Many so-called influencers believe they are on the same.
Dude, I was just talking to Chris about this the other day. I think it's crazy how the more rich you get, the more free stuff is. Like, it's such a skewed system where it's like, if you have fame, like if you're Kim Kardashian and you go to a restaurant, they're not gonna charge you. What the fuck? To try and make a good impression, you'd be like, oh no, it's comped. Bro, you're a billionaire. I'd go, hey, there's a 30% surcharge. Sorry. Actually, yeah. Imagine you're LeBron James and you walk into a local Applebee's, sit down and get some food. You think you're paying for that shit? No. I think everybody in that whole fucking room's going, hey man, I'll give you my fucking kidney if you need it. You're a Knicks player and you walk into a restaurant in New York. You're not paying for anything.
Trying to get free food. Ever since being a social media influencer blew up, restaurants have been basically harassed by nobodies demanding free food. I have XOXO followers. Do you not know who I am? Aurora Griffo posted a TikTok shaming and slandering her local bakery, claiming that they used fake ingredients.
Oh my God, no, best example, somebody just said Messi and Ronaldo. I think Messi and Ronaldo could walk into a business establishment at any place. They could be packed, thousands of dollars average bill, no reservations, and they're going, oh, it's Messi, get him a table. I think there would be a couple that would go, I'll get up for you. Because he is like the most famous guy ever.
Response, the bakery owner posted their own TikTok showing Aurora in the DMs asking for a collab and free food. When the bakery rejected the request, she showed up and hit them with a negative review. In the same video, the owner went step by step through the baking.
Yeah, I'd be pissed, bro. I'm the waiter. You're sitting Messi down. Oh yeah, the business is gonna comp your bill. Tip me money. Give me $1,000. Mr. B sits down. Oh, we're gonna comp your bill. By the way, I subscribe. By the way, I do follow you on all platforms. Do you have a briefcase on you? Perhaps full of money?
Process and showed off all of their ingredients, completely dismantling all of Aurora's claims. While the bakery's business soared, Aurora's social media was flooded with hateful comments and backlash, and she eventually apologized, saying she was sorry for the fake ingredients comments and that she wasn't trying to seek revenge after being rejected. You lying bitch. Yeah, right. Alternatively, an old classic method of getting free meal is the tried and true art of dining and dashing, ladies and gentlemen. The less sophisticated people utilizing the classic tactic simply eat and make a rush for the door, making a scene that ends up getting them caught by the restaurant staff. One 34-year-old Brooklyn influencer by the name of Pei Chung, however, was able to steal all sorts of lavish meals. Pei would often post content online showing herself in designer clothing and eating at fine dining establishments. Despite her Instagram and personal blog boasting a very high-class lifestyle, it actually turned out that she was very often dine and dashing even after racking up bills that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. When stopped by staff, she would try and pay with multiple credit cards only for them to be declined. She'd then offer social media posts or sexual favors as payment. She's been arrested a whopping—
What? You get fucking 4 cards declined? You'll go, I'll post you on social media. No, I'll have sex with you. Wow. What do you do if you get full decline like that? Isn't that illegal? Yeah, that would be prostitution. I feel like they would like have to have you work for them, or they'd call the police in some sense. There would have to be a way where they'd work that out. Probably depends on the business.
7 times, usually after racking up wild bills at high-class establishments. It seems she had stopped posting since her most recent run-in with the law, as her social media presence disappeared soon after the most recent arrest. Which I will say, I feel like that's another thing people do is I think a lot of influencers will justify being like, well, I left, but I'm going to post about it and you guys are going to get tons of customers, so I don't see what the big deal is. It's just that thing. I think that's how also people are like, well, I'm actually not a bad person.
I will say, we 100% take credit for Red Lobster being successful.
Red Lobster coming back. I think that it wasn't all of us. It was their new CEO. He's a bad
new CEO. He knows what he's doing. They're bringing back the seafood boil, or not even bringing them back. They got seafood boils now, and they sell for a pretty penny, but I've heard that they're pretty fucking good. And they still got those cheddar biscuits.
I'll say, I like to think that we put out the good word. And also, people who missed Red Lobster Day this year, how dare you? I saw a lot of people on Instagram tag me that they went to Red Lobster on Red Lobster Day. Put it up here, please.
When was Red Lobster Day? It was April 30th? I missed it.
Go next year. It's really good. We even went. These food hacks are downright fucking insane. But
Conman faked having a heart attack in 20 restaurants to avoid paying the bill. Okay, but wouldn't they have to call an ambulance? Like, if you fake having a heart attack, how are you getting out? Okay, yeah, you don't pay the bill, but, like, now you got to pay for an ambulance. A Lithuanian man living in Spain scammed restaurants out of 30 to 70 euro bills.
Downright fucking insane. But some people are attracted to free stuff like moss to a flame, right? I mean, if I can get some free food, why not? That's what people think. Well, you might be able to get away with a free meal here and there. Just know that each incredibly extreme attempt will ask you to further throw away your morals and potentially years of your life, right? Some prison or whatever. At the very least, maybe throw a tip to your waiter next time you ruin their day with a fake heart attack.
Dude, I don't think I would ever dine and dash. I think the only thing where I've ever taken food that I didn't pay for is, have you ever been to a grocery store and you have a case of water on the bottom? I've forgotten about that before. Where I pay for everything else, but I didn't scan the case of water, and then I've walked out. And I've gone, fuck. Like, on the way back, I'm going, I didn't pay for that. But it's like $6. And then how? Because you scan everything and then it's on the bottom, so you don't even think about it. Bro buys bottled water. Okay, I normally have my little Twitch jug of water, but you should always have bottled water just in case, you know? Never know. All right, next video. Your life at every level of attractiveness.
Level 1. Bro, it's over. Give up. At this level of attractiveness, you have an asymmetrical face, hairline that started receding in your mother's womb, nose going east.
Most people have an asymmetrical face, to some degree. Nobody's face, like, if you look at my face is not symmetrical. Like, if I started inverting, wait, actually, can I do that? If I can invert my camera, but if I invert, yours is super bad. You're super bald. Okay, I'm not super bald, dick. But everybody has an asymmetrical face. I don't think you should be, like, insecure about that.
While your chin goes west, your teeth pointing in 6 different directions like they're all trying to escape your mouth at the same time. The kind of face that makes babies cry and dogs bark. And you're probably in a wheelchair too. Nah, just kidding.
Oh my God.
But real talk, daily life at level 1 is genuinely rough. Walking into a room.
What is level 1 attractiveness? Like a 1 out of 10? A level 1 attractiveness would be like 4 or below on a scale of 10. If average is a 7. I feel like it's very rare you meet somebody that you would describe that low of attractiveness. Like the average person I see in everyday public, like I would rate like a 5. Nah, I would rate like a 6. It's like, oh, you look like a normal dude. 6.
Or worse, feeling people actively look away.
Trump's a 1. Yeah, Trump is also a 84-year-old man with a spray tan that has semi-annoying mannerisms and is also severely balding with a toupee-esque haircut.
Cashiers don't smile at you.
We're talking about like the average like 30-year-old.
Strangers don't hold the door. In group conversations, nobody makes eye contact with you. And on dating apps, you get no matches. But
bro, you're getting no dating. You're getting no matches on dating apps, even if you're like a 6.
Here's the thing. There's plenty of people at this stage living a life. Remember that one guy on YouTube who straight up called himself super ugly and made it his whole brand? He got millions of views, built an entire community.
Are we talking about the guy that made a video about how he's ugly and now he has a wife that was one of his viewers?
So first of
this guy is not a 1. Like, what are we fucking bro? When I think like what a 1 would be, I'm thinking like you don't look like a person. Like, what are we talking about? This guy's not that. This guy's, I mean, like, yeah, he's not fucking Brad Pitt. What, he's like a 3? Chat, I would rate him like a 6. 5.
I have a big forehead.
Same here.
And my hair is making me look really good, but if you would take away the hair, like, I got pretty bad
Bro, he literally looks like Luke from the Outdoor Boys, but like younger. He's not. I don't think he's bad looking. Like bro, we're sitting here. He's saying, oh, this is 1 out of 10. People aren't gonna open the door for you. What the fuck? What type of rude shit is that? You're walking into a fucking Target. Or well, Target has automatic doors. You're walking into a local coffee shop. You swing open the door, you turn around, you're like, oh, let me hold it. Fucking shut it in their face. Like, that's never going to happen. This is what a 1 looks like. I'm not clicking that link. I am not clicking that link. That is an I've Been in the Hills video link, and I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. It's me.
Around himself. And eventually, even found himself a girlfriend who approached him first saying he was cute. He got set up for life. He found a girlfriend who genuinely loves him. Because the truth is, at level 1, you're forced to develop things that most people never bother with.
A personality. Dude, that's why, like, people talk about this shit, and I feel like it upsets, like, a big level of, like, the BP community. But there's, like, a lot of very attractive women that get with men that are, like, way on, like, there are a lot of men that get women that are way above their league. And they get, like, frustrated about that. But I'm like, dude, it's because, like, guys that are considerably, like, 9s or 10s, a lot of the time don't focus on, like, being attractive personality-wise because their looks carry, rather than actually trying to, like, develop a connection with an individual. Stop overpaying for your wireless plan. Being more expensive doesn't necessarily equate to being better. Mint Mobile is here to ensure that you can have a wireless plan starting at as little as $15 a month. Mint Mobile provides 5G coverage to 98% of Americans and 4G LTE to 99% of Americans. That's almost everybody. All plans include unlimited talk and text, as well as free calling to Mexico, Canada, and the UK. And the more you buy, the more you save. Plans come in 3, 6, and 12-month bundles, so if you get the larger month bundle, your monthly payment price is less. A lot of people also think it's really hard to switch, and that's why they don't want to make the change. change, you can do it from the comfort of your own home in minutes with an eSIM. You don't need to go in person to go talk to somebody for 45 minutes. You could do it right now. They also give you a lot of data options so you're not overpaying. So you could use 5 gigabytes, 15, 20, or unlimited, depending on how often you're going to be using data. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/JoeB. That is mintmobile.com/JoeB. And thank you to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it.
Real humor, real character, and a real personality. And sometimes that ends up being worth more than a sharp jawline. Level 2. Level 2 is the great personality zone. When someone asks your friends what you look like, they pause for a full 3 seconds.
All right, but we gotta cut this here, though. Like, now we're stereotyping fully that, like, uglier people are inherently better personalities. Like, I think that applies, but there are also people that don't take care of their body, don't care how they dress, don't shower, and don't have a personality. Like, there's people that exist on every level of the spectrum, personality-wise and looks-wise.
And then they say, he's really funny though. Daily life at a 2 is a constant low-grade rejection that nobody talks about. The barista never remembers your name. At parties, people...
What fucking barista is gonna remember your name? What are we, like, I feel like we're just making shit up right now. Like, I mean, they write your name on the cup.
People only talk to you as a stepping stone to talk to your better-looking friend. Getting a haircut feels pointless because the barber can only do so much with what he's working with.
Yo, on God, though. No, that's actually, like, facts, dude. I feel like every time I get a haircut, I feel like my hair looks like shit. And then, like, a week later, I think it looks great. Grow out your hair? Bro, my hair looks better when it's grown out. But I want to get a haircut. I don't want it too long.
But it requires maximum effort. The DMs have to be perfect. The texting game has to be elite. One awkward photo on your profile and it's over. The first date has to absolutely carry on personality alone because physical attraction is not going to do any of your work. But here's the hidden advantage of being a 2. The gap between a 2 and a 4 is literally effort. A solid haircut. You pay extra for a good barber, but yeah.
Bro, a 2 is crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe my rating scale is just off, but, like, I'm so dead ass. I don't think I've seen somebody that I would be like, you're a 2. Like, that's such a low rating to give someone.
Get a solid haircut even if you're a 2. Basic skincare, clothes that actually fit you well, and 6 months at the gym. And suddenly, life starts looking way better.
Brother, wearing a suit, tie, good haircut, dressed well, and in shape's a 4? What's a 10? God? Like, what is this scale we're working off of?
Most 2s are honestly just lazy 4s who never put in the work. Your potential is sitting right there. Level 3. Level 3 is the I shouldn't be getting laid, but I do. And this is quite interesting because I have a personal story. I have a friend who's in my college, who's black, 200 and...
All right. Did we need to... I mean, I guess it's descriptive for the story. I follow suit.
Friend who's in my college, who's black, 280 pounds overweight at like 40% body fat. He's built like Winnie the Pooh.
280 pounds overweight. So he's morbidly obese. You're saying 40% body fat. He is morbidly obese.
And his face is a generous 3 on a good day. But somehow this man gets play at the club every single weekend. You might be asking, but how? How does he do that? Well, it's a pure numbers game. He walks up to every girl in the club. Every single one.
Bro, I have a guy friend that does that. Oh my God. Literally going out with him, he gets like 4 drinks, he just roams, and he literally hits on everyone until like he goes like 1 for 100, but he gets 1. Like every time. Does he win? Does it work though? He misses, but like it's crazy. Like the miss level's nuts. Like it'll be like a one-liner like, hey, aired. Like he'll say it's not Chris. He'll say Chris is way too shy. For that, Chris is an outgoing person, not in that sense. But dude, it'll be like he'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" Aired. Like full turns to the side, and he'll just go to the next person. Just doesn't even care.
No hesitation, no pre-planned strategy. He just walks up and says, "Hey, you want to come back to my place?" With the
That's horrible. That's horrible. That works even 100 times. That's how he starts.
confidence of Brad Pitt. Does he get rejected? Of course, 99% of the time. But
bro, I feel like 99.9% of the time, he walking up to people and just going, "Hey, you want to go back to my place?" That's all he says.
that other 1%, they go home with him. And he told me he got this mindset thanks to the philosophy that shooters shoot. Like Kobe Bryant, who holds the record for the most missed shots in NBA history, 14,481. But he never gave up. And yes, I know what you're thinking. He only had a shot because the girls slept with him because they wanted a taste of a big banana. But listen, genuinely ask yourself, if you asked out 100 girls in your best outfit and full confidence, would all 100 girls reject you? Or would you land at least one date? Think about that for a second. Moving on, however, in everyday life,
I mean, yeah, but then it's also from, like, the woman's perspective. Like, the problem with that is, like, they see that. I mean, it depends if you're in, like, a nightclub or, like, a bar. But if you're at a bar with 100 people and you walk around to 30 women and hit on all of them, they're going to see that and go, this guy's just shooting to shoot. He doesn't care who he gets. Like the fucking saying, guys get with who they can, girls get with who they want. Like,
if a 3 gets overlooked constantly, job interviews are way harder because studies literally prove that attractive people get hired faster and paid way more. Your customer service is...
I think it's attraction. I don't want to disagree in that sense, right? Because I think a lot of the part of, like, the BP community is, like, extremely over-exaggerated. Yeah, you're more likely to land a job interview if you're higher attractiveness scale, but I think a big part of that is, like, confidence, you know? I think which jobs have the most psychopaths?
Somewhere around 1 to 4% of the general population, but in some industries, they represent over 20%. If you thought they'd be busy
managers, no. It's got to be like CEOs has the most. Streamers probably has a pretty high rate of psychopaths, sure. Streamers, maybe social media in general. But I think like CEOs, CIA, yeah, like a lot of jobs that need like no empathy. Where you just, like, fire people, kill people, and not care, like...
working in dark alleyways, or cutting people up in basements, or chainsawing pretty young girls so you'd be safe in your smelly little office cubicle. You're wrong.
Blackjack dealers. 7 card 21. Good luck next time. Reshuffle the cards. You flip a fucking 2 queens. 2 queens, perfect pair. You didn't bet it. 20, I'll stand. You go. They're flipping a 6. They flip 6, 5, 10, 21. Bet again. You got an ace, 8, 19. Stand. They flip a 4, or they have a 4. They flip 4, 3, 4, 11. Flip a 5. You go, oh shit, they got 16. Another 5, 21. Sorry, good. Better luck next time.
They're far more likely to be in corner offices on live TV or running for re-election. Because while some careers reward empathy and compassion, others reward manipulation, power, and control. Let's quickly understand what a psychopath is and then dive into jobs that attract the most psychopaths.
Making meme coins.
That's in the modern world. Psychopaths aren't just like the villains in movies. More often than not, they're high-functioning professionals living right next to us. Psychopathy is defined using the Hare psychopathy checklist, and it splits psycho traits into 2 major categories. We've got interpersonal and emotional traits, and we've got behavioral traits. Psychopaths have a major lack of empathy, absolutely no remorse, they're pathological liars, they're superficially charming, and they'll manipulate you in any way they can. They're also highly impulsive, thrill-seeking, irresponsible, often highly ambitious, and chronic rule breakers. In practical terms, a psychopath can fully understand what they're doing is harmful, they just don't care. Neuroscience studies back this up too, showing they're simply built different. Their amygdala, which processes empathy and fear, runs on low power mode. You put that kind of person into the workplace and what happens? you suddenly have a predator in an environment built for cooperation. They play office...
Well, they would still experience fear in some way, right? I never knew that psychopaths have a lower level of empathy and fear. But could you have the reverse? Like, who's the guy that climbs those towers? You know what I'm talking about. He free climbs towers in cities. What's that guy's name? Alex Honnold. Is Alex Honnold a psychopath? I don't know. Alex Honnold is a thrill seeker that has a low level of fear, but that doesn't mean that he has low empathy. He might just have like a fear disorder.
It's politics like it's life or death. They see colleagues as stepping stones, and they climb the ladder fast because they'll do things normal people simply won't. As Professor Babiak's research shows, certain careers act like magnets for psychopaths because they offer exactly what these people are looking for.
Dude, I can't escape Anton Chigurh. I'm serious. Ever since I've watched No Country for Old Men, I see Anton Chigurh every single day. Every single day, I see Anton Chigurh. He's like the most popular figure in my day-to-day life.
For status, power, and the...
Who is that? This guy. Anton Chigurh is a character in No Country for Old Men. He's a psychopath.
Because they offer exactly what these people are looking for. Status, power, and the ability to control others. So,
yeah, it's usually like higher power positions. That's why like CEOs are a higher percentage of psychopaths. They're not 80%. It's just like there's a higher... If psychopaths are 1 to 4% of the population, that's what he was saying. Like CEOs might be 20 of 20% of CEOs are psychopaths. There's a higher concentration.
Are they? Psychopaths thrive in systems that reward the worst parts of them. So give them status, power, competition, and the ability to manipulate people, and they'll rise.
Well, control and leadership as well. Like, psychopaths are not inherently bad people if they control the bad aspects of their personalities, right? Like, that's one thing that needs to be said. Like, when you think of the term psychopath, you think of, like, serial killers and fucking American Psycho. Like, the average psychopath is a pretty normal guy. Like, he might be a dickhead CEO, but you're not in your head going, he's a psychopath. You're going, he's just kind of an asshole rich guy. Like, he's just like a dude on the street, you know? Like, I think we're, like, mapping it up as these psychopaths need power and control. It's like, no, realistically, they kind of just, like, control employees, push out other competition, step on people, low ball competition, right? Like, they do day-to-day shit that, like, feeds that, but it's not like, oh, they need to fire someone every day and fucking stomp out small businesses to have feeling.
To the top. We're going to dive into the 10 careers where you can statistically find the most amount of psychopaths. These rankings come from psychologist Dr. Kevin Dutton.
Number 1, plumbers.
Research into psychopathy in the work.
Just some random fucking job. I feel like if we're going through 10 of them, there's going to be one that I'm like, oh, really? Oh, really? Ooh, police officers. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, police officers, cops, there's probably a higher percentage.
Place. If you'd like to read about it, check out his book, The Wisdom of Psychopaths, or watch his podcast with Chris Williamson. Now let's dive into the list. Do you want to take a guess at what number 10 is? 3 seconds. Ready?
Okay, well, see, here's what I'm pausing. Because number 10, like, I think I could guess jobs that are on the list. I think CEO's number 1. But, like, number 10, something that has, like, fractionally more psychopaths. Managers. Not a CEO. A manager. A manager of a local McDonald's. He's a power-hungry psychopath. He loves making you clock into your 9 to 5. He gives you the days that you don't want to work. He makes you come in.
You guessed it, priests and
That would have been the last guess. That would have been the last guess, right, priests?
Religious leaders. Just kidding. They're actually number 8 on the list.
Oh, fucking hell. What the Number 8 is priests? What?
We'll be diving into them a little later. First up, we've got civil servants. More specifically,
Really?
We're talking about those roles where they're like the fake police. Parking ticket officer, welfare case manager.
Just fiending on that fucking power, man. Oh, you're fucking 6 inches too close to a fire hydrant. Ticket.
Some fat, miserable, blue-haired bitch at the DMV.
Whoa.
That kind of role. Why do psychopaths like these roles? Supposedly 3 reasons.
Whoa,
1,
settle down.
rule-based power. so authority is baked into the job. 2, low transparency. Everything's hidden behind
Side note, side conversation. That was a little crazy. I saw somebody say that in my Walking Dead playthrough, I'm like overly sexist and I use the term bitch too much. When I use the term bitch, I don't mean women, right? I just say I use the term bitch in the same way that I use the term dick. Right? So it's like, when I say that, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm calling somebody a bitch because they're a woman. I'm just saying that you're being a bitch, right? You're being a bitch. You're being a dick, right? I use them interchangeably.
bureaucratic curtains. And 3, diffused responsibility. No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing zero emotional discomfort.
Or I'll go, bitch. They say somebody says something crazy. Bitch.
Because policy provides the moral cover. I'm not denying you.
I gotta rewind.
No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing zero emotional discomfort because policy...
Oh, you're here for a new ID? Do you have your 6 points? Ooh, that's only 5. Well, I drove 30 minutes to get you. Ooh, you're gonna need your birth certificate. Sorry.
Policy provides the moral...
Adrenaline coursing through their body.
...cover. I'm not denying you healthcare. The system is denying you healthcare. Dr. Kevin Dutton describes this category as everyday authoritarianism. People who...
No, the DMV is really a dystopia. The DMV is like gray. They have those shitty hospital lights. It's just like 3 TV screens with like B22. Like you're playing bingo, but you're just sitting in a fucking shitty plastic chair waiting for your name to be called.
Enjoy enforcing structure, not because it helps society, but because it gives them dominance. In other words, psychopathy thrives in organizations where human suffering becomes just procedure. Anyways, on to number 9, which might surprise you quite a bit. Chefs. Not only are they idiot sandwich
Head chefs. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. I think Gordon Ramsay puts it on for show, though. But that's not that surprising. I feel like civil servants surprise me more than chefs. Yeah, that's not that crazy.
They are psychopaths.
My dad's a chef. Okay, but you got to keep in mind this video means the highest percentage of psychopaths. Just because your dad's a chef doesn't mean he's a psychopath. It just means there's like, 8% of chefs are psychopaths, which is higher than the average population.
Psychopathic idiot sandwiches. Kitchen culture is brutal. High stress, long hours, sharp knives,
and the bear.
Fire everywhere. Chefs operate in an environment where perfection is expected and mistakes are punished instantly and aggressively. What kind of personality thrives in that kind of environment? The kind who doesn't crack under pressure, who can bark orders without caring who they offend. Someone who sees people as tools to get the dish out fast. I'm not saying Gordon Ramsay's a psychopath, but maybe his mentor Marco Pierre White might be.
No, I didn't make Gordon Ramsay cry. He made himself cry.
And now on to number 8.
Like you're built in to have more confidence just because you're perceived higher, so you have less levels of insecurity in yourself. If you hold yourself at a high standard, regardless of how you think you look, like I think you're way more capable of being successful than you think.
Mid at best. Everybody assumes less about your intelligence, your competence, and your worth. All because of a face you didn't choose. It's not fair, but this is reality, unfortunately.
I need to see what level 10 is. You're literally offered everything every time you go anywhere. You're given free Lamborghinis, McLarens, and you hang out with Hollywood actors on the regular just for your looks. Think Marlon, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio.
So, what is the lesson from Winnie the Pooh? I mean, not Winnie the Pooh, but my friend who looks like Winnie the Pooh. Confidence and volume can override almost anything. It's not the most elegant way, but it's math. And math doesn't care about your face. Level 4. Level 4 is the most forgettable place on this entire list. You're not ugly enough to be noticed, but you're not really attractive enough to be remembered. Walking through a mall and security doesn't even glance at you. Heck, they don't even bother checking you. They just know you're average. And if you commit a crime and the police ask someone to describe you, they'd say, well, he was a guy and he had a face. Normal dude, I guess.
Yeah, totally. Just no descriptive features. You're just like a fucking cue ball, dude. You're like a mannequin walking through the fucking woods, dude. That's the average person. I'm thinking some of these descriptions are just like totally inaccurate. Like your 5 out of 10 security doesn't look at you because you're just like average. Like security's not focused on attractiveness scale. They're focused on whether or not they think you have a gun or some shit. Like what?
And relationships can happen at level 4, but they happen slowly. It's months of friendship first, slowly building on that connection, until one day, either one of you goes, you know what? You've actually been really nice and I like you. Nobody is falling in love at first sight with a 4. Love at first sight requires at least a 6. But here's what makes level 4 secretly the most powerful level on this list. The glow up potential is insane. This is the stage where the bone structure is there, but it's hiding, maybe under layers of fat. Google any male celebrity's high school photo. Half of them were 4s walking around in funny, oversized graphic tees. A 4 who takes fitness seriously, gets their style together, fixes their grooming, and develops real social skills, that's a 7. And a 7 who was once a 4 is the most dangerous person on earth. Because
Yo, I'm actually losing brain cells watching this. I'm actually losing brain cells watching this. Bro, like, it's the same, yeah, you're a 4, if you're a 4, but you're a 4 that doesn't take care of themselves, well, you're a 7. You're 7. You just need to work out. Like, I feel like we're actually just pulling shit out of our ass. Like, all 4s are 7s, but they just don't care. But earlier, you said 1s are 4s, or 2s are 4s that don't care. So by that logic, if you're a 2, you're actually a 4 that doesn't care. But if you're a 4, you're actually a 7 that doesn't care. So in reality, everyone's a 10, but they just don't care. This is literally, I feel like, what are we fucking watching right now?
level 5, dead center, the perfect average. You're not ugly, but nobody is writing poems about you either. You're not getting stared at for the bad reasons or any good reasons. You're just existing. This is where most people actually are statistically. If you think you're a 7,
Yeah.
there's a very real chance you're a 5. And
No. We watched a whole fucking video about this shit, dude. The average is 7. The average is 7. I know between the scale of 1 and 10, the average is a 5. But if you poll people, if they go, that guy's average, like, don't ask, go walk up to somebody, how attractive is this person? Don't say on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, they're average. What would you rate them? A 7. They're not going to say a 5 because a 5 is an insult. Sub 6, you're saying somebody's ugly. You're not saying they're fucking average. If you go a little below average, a 3.5. Whoa, dude, 35%? You're saying that guy's fugly.
I'm so sorry to break the news to you, but if your mom and grandma kept calling you handsome for the most of your life, they only did that because they love you.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Everybody's going to do that. Everybody's mom is going to be like, oh, you're so handsome. It doesn't matter.
The rest of the world couldn't
All right, so if your mom calls you handsome, that means you're a 5.
give 2 shits about you. Daily life at a 5 is comfortable, but very unremarkable. People are polite, but not enthusiastic. Customer service is standard, not rude, but not really friendly either. On dating apps, you get some matches, but mostly you still get ghosted. Relationships absolutely happen at this level though. Most couples in the world are just 2 5s who found each other and agreed to be average together. And honestly, that might be the most beautiful thing on this list. No ego, no games, just 2 regular people choosing each other for themselves.
Bro, like, he's trying, like, he literally goes, yo, you're so average. Like, you're not really ugly, but you're attractive. But, like, the beauty is, like, you found somebody that's also kind of, like, mid as shit. It's like, it's like a sneak diss. Like, this whole video is like, yeah, if you're a 5, you kind of suck, but, like, it's kind of beautiful you found somebody that also kind of sucks.
The 5 and 5 couple that stays together for 40 years is happier than the 9 and 9 power couple that implodes in 2. Look it up. Stability beats excitement long term every single time. Level 6.
But that has less to do with attractiveness and more to do with just relationship dynamics. It's people that are picking partners over from attraction versus personality. Like that doesn't have to do with whether or not you're a 9. You could be 2 3s and pick each other because you just don't mend well.
Level 6 is where strangers on the road give you a second glance. Girls will be like, he's...
At a 6, people are given second glances, dude. What's going to happen at a 10? People come in their pants? Like, I don't understand. What the fuck? This scale is actually absurd.
And at this stage, girls actually respond to your cold DMs. Not all of them, but you get a date or 2 every week now. Social
date or 2 every week? What the fuck? What do we have? Unlimited free time? Do we got a JOB? How are you going on 2 dates a week? We're shooting 104 a year?
The changes are very real. People laugh at your jokes a little harder, conversations last a little bit longer, and job interviews go way smoother because the attractiveness bias is scientifically proven. Hiring managers subconsciously associate good looks with competence. Level 7. Level 7, you're above average, and everyone knows it. Compliments from strangers become a regular thing. Girls shoot their shot.
I don't know, bro. I think it depends on the job.
At you in real life and over Instagram DMs. You could probably start making out with strangers in the club without uttering a single word and not get an essay case, but not that you should. Level 8. Level 8 is where life finally becomes easy mode, and everyone around you can notice it. Walk into a party and the energy shifts to completely being about you. The bouncers...
Bro, what are you talking about? I've never seen this happen. I've never seen this happen. Have you ever been in a public setting where, like, somebody you would say an 8 walks in and everybody just goes, sorry, George is here. Hey, you're an 8.
Lets you skip the line. Not because of who you know, but because of
You're a 5, so of course. Yeah, Face IQ did say I was a normie. I was a 5.
You look like. At this level, dating and getting laid...
So maybe I just don't notice it.
...becomes almost absurdly easy. Multiple people are interested at you at any given time. The paradox of choice kicks in very quickly. Too many options leads to picking nobody. A lot of 8s have messy love lives. But the sad reality is that most 8s never developed a personality because they never had to. If you talk to them, all they do is smile and show off their looks. Life handed them...
Brother, this is like, I feel like I'm watching like a lizard that turned conscious explaining how like dating works.
Everything on a platter since middle school, so they have no humor or any bit of authentic personality. An 8 with no personality is the most boring person you'll ever meet. Level 9. At level 9, reality starts bending in your favor. People stare you down when you walk outside the streets. They stumble over their words. People get physically nervous when they look at you. A 9 on social media
Brother, what? Yo, let me give you an example of somebody that's like a 9 or a 10. Vinny Hacker. Very attractive man. Met him in public. Talked to him in public. I'm not sitting there going, just a regular ass dude, bro. What the fuck are we talking about?
A different universe. Post a 15-second TikTok doing absolutely nothing, and maybe just smile a little, and you'll get...
I think if I did, I think if I met Marlon though, I kind of would stare at him.
Million views.
I'd be like.
However, keep in mind you are so attractive that genuine friendships...
Bro, Marlon has like literally perfect facial features. I'm not saying stare at him in like an annoying sense. I'm saying like if I look, like part of me would be like in the back of my head, I'm having a conversation. I'd be like, dude, this guy looks fucking unreal.
Romantic partners become rare.
Almost uncanny.
Almost impossible to find because they are all jealous of you. Guys view you as a threat before you even open your mouth. And everybody assumes you're a player who treats people like garbage. Level 10. A lot of people say a 10 does not exist, but I'm sure they haven't heard of Dolph Lundgren. This man is a 6'5" male model. I mean,
Dolph Lundgren, the guy that plays the fucking Russian guy in Rocky. Dolph Lundgren is not a 10. he's an attractive guy, but like a 10?
Was a male model. He was a European karate champion 2 years in a row. He won the Australian heavyweight tournament.
Okay, that's
holds
aura.
a 4th degree black belt in Kyokushin karate, has a master's degree in chemical engineering, and he got a Fulbright scholarship to MIT. He has a reported
All right, he's a 10.
IQ of 160, which
All right,
puts him
he's
in
a
the
10.
same category as Einstein.
Oh my god.
If you think that's it, he also speaks 5 languages fluently:
Fuck.
Swedish, English, German, French, and Spanish. He served in the Swedish Marine Corps, worked as a bouncer. He became Grace Jones' personal bodyguard, started dating her, and even rode a Yamaha motorcycle to his first day at MIT with her on the back, dressed head to toe in a leather jacket. But he decided that MIT was not
That's
for him.
kind of aura.
At this level, reality doesn't just bend, it surrenders. Every room rearranges itself when a 10 walks in. Conversations stop.
All right, yeah, Dolph Lundgren, bro. I mean, like, I feel like this is an anomaly.
People forget what they were even talking about, and jobs don't get applied for. They get offered to you on a silver plate. Relationships, you don't have to work for them. They all come to you. The word no becomes something that other people experience, but you don't. But here's the twist. Even Dolph Lundgren, the closest thing to a real-life cheat code, was once a scrawny, weak kid who got bullied and called a loser by his own father. He described himself as a runt. The 10 you see today was built from pain, discipline, and an insane refusal to stay where he started, which proves the most important point of this entire video.
If you're a 2, you're actually a 4 that doesn't care. And if you're a 4, you're actually a 7 that doesn't care. And if you're a 7, you're actually like a 9 that doesn't care.
God has given everybody different cards to play in this life. Some are born really attractive, and some of us are not born with the best facial features. But this shouldn't stop you from trying your best, because somebody who's a 1 can ascend and become a 10, and also somebody who's a 10, if they don't work hard, they will lose the features God has given them, and they can end up being a 1.
Okay, but I think it also depends on subjective attractiveness based on a populace. That was a good video. It was it was a fun video. All right. Chat, hold up. W React segment. Now it is time, chat. Hold up. You have to just grab something in the moment. But like Dollar Generals aren't selling like meats, you know? They sell like cereal and snacks and maybe a small fruit section, but they don't have like raw chicken or beef or fucking shrimp or some shit. But then I'm forgetting that the average American's diet is so piss poor that it's like they're probably just eating fish sticks from Dollar General.
What do you can't compete with someone selling a $1.25 cotton candy Faygo. Reports suggest that it's typical for mom and pop sales to drop by roughly 15 to 30% after a dollar store opens, driving many of them out of business. Studies have found a substantial decline in the number of grocers within a 2-mile radius of new dollar stores, which lead to food deserts. And that's when an area it's really hard to get good, healthy food, so they have to go to like 7-Eleven and buy donuts in order to survive. It's a big issue, and dollar stores contributing to that. And the cycle continues as fewer grocery stores mean more business for dollar stores, leading to more dollar stores opening, destroying even more grocery stores. So at this...
Bro, and the fruit that Dollar General has is like the runt puppy in a litter, bro. You get an apple from Dollar General, it's the size of a golf ball. I'm sitting there like, there's a core in there. I'm supposed to eat them like one bite. What am I buying? The blueberries are like fucking grains of sand. It's just sad.
Point, I know what you're asking yourself, Tucker. Is this all this bad stuff you're talking about? Is this all worth the savings? Is this worth the $1.25 Faygo, which is the only item I currently know that sells at dollar stores? But honestly, that question might be a little bit of a moot point. Dollar stores have a penny pinching reputation that's made them a favorite among thrifty and low income households, but that reputation might actually not be warranted. After all, if you think about it, these stores are making an insane amount of money. In 2024, Dollar General...
How? I feel like your profit margin's probably pretty low. And whenever I walk into a Dollar General, there's like maybe one other person there. You buy 6 items, you're not making that much money.
Net sales topped 40 billion, while Dollar Tree raked in 17.6 billion, and Family Dollar made 13.25 billion. How could a business that keeps inventory so cheap make so much goddamn money? Guys, they do it by doing what everyone else does. They f over the customers. It's so simple. Why didn't I think of it? One of the most common tactics dollar stores use to increase profit margins is shrinkflation. A very
Yo, Doritos be doing that shit, dude. You buy like a mini gas station bag of Doritos recently. There's like 5 Doritos in the bag. Not even. Other side note, not even a shrinkflation. Lay's chips struggling for their lives to get fucking people to buy their shitty ass potato chips. They rebranded from the gross fucking classic fucking pick to new brand. I gotta show you the side by side here. Like the new Lay's potato chip branding looks so good comparable to the old one. Oh my god, the old one was so fucking gross. They almost conned me into buying it. Old Lay's potato chips. They look even worse than this, dude. They're see-through. That's how thin a Lay's potato chip is. Sopping wet with oil and see-through. Anybody that likes a Lay's potato chip, I'm not trying to diss you. If you like a classic yellow Lay's potato chip, your blood pressure is through the fucking roof. More than mine in my cortisol spikes. Because if you're eating these on a daily basis, they're disgusting, number one. They're disgusting. They're covered in oil. They're the most unhealthy fucking chip that you've ever eaten in your life. They're so gross. And then they rebrand to go made with real potatoes. Made with real potatoes. And look, these look like fucking piss chips. These look like kettle-cooked baked chips. And I'm telling you, they haven't changed the recipe at all. They just changed the branding. The potato chips are still dog shit ass. Literally, why are people buying those? If I'm buying a potato chip, I'm buying a kettle cooked. That's it. I will buy a baked Lay's. I take it back. Baked Lay's are good. Baked Lay's are good. Fried Lay's are disgusting.
Chuggy term, a very millennial term, but it's actually real, so we gotta pay attention to it. The term was coined in 2009 to describe the practice of charging the same amount of money for a product while...
Kettle cooked are all right. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. If I'm buying a regular chip, I'm not a big fan of potato chips generally, but a kettle cooked jalapeno. Have one of these. Have one of these and get back to me. Have one of these and get back to me. These are elite chips. Nothing better. So good.
Slightly shrinking its size. Studies find that consumers charging the same amount of money.
Fritos, another weird pick. Don't know why anybody would be buying those. The Crest White toothpaste. Wow, really skipping out on the toothpaste here. Raisins are down. Not really upset about that. 70 fewer raisins per can. I'm gonna be totally real. I think I have the same Sun-Maid raisins jar that I've had for the last 10 years. Hold up. I need to go grab that. I actually think I have the same raisins. They're probably expired. When am I ever just eating a handful of raisins? It's currently April 3rd. These expired 2 months ago. And there's still more. Ooh, dude, there's just so many raisins. Like, when are you ever eating that many raisins? Eat them? How long okay, I wonder when I bought them though. Do you think I could figure that out? What is the shelf life of raisins? 6 months? I did not buy these 6 months ago. I don't remember buying raisins in the last, 2 years. Genuinely. Eat them? Hold up. It's, stuck. It's, fully stuck. How do you get them out? I'm trying to, I want to get it out as one big cube. I'm throwing it out. What the fuck am I doing? They're expired. They're fucking expired. I'm not going to eat the raisins. Jesus.
Money for a product while slightly shrinking its size. Studies find that consumers are less likely to stop buying a product due to shrinkflation than due to a price increase. And they might not even notice a smaller Snickers bar. It might be a quarter-inch smaller. I wasn't paying attention, so give it to them. They don't give a f. But shrinkflation explains why many consumers might not realize that in 2022, Gatorade changed the size of its standard bottle from 32 ounces to 28 ounces. Gatorade, come on now.
One, they'll hollow out the bottom part. You ever see that? So instead of it having a flat bottom, they'll just make like a big hole. So it looks exactly the same, but they save like 5 ounces of liquid.
I need that lemon juice. I need that yellow juice in my body when I get a cold. But unfortunately, shrinkflation is a strategy that dollar stores use to exploit the vulnerability of their primary customer base. Now, considering practices like shrinkflation are going on, it's kind of hard to think about if you're actually saving any money shopping at these stores. And that's why we came up with a brand new game to help you navigate the discounts in the dollar store aisle. It's time to play Deal or No Deal. That cannot be right. That's already taken, Jimmy. You that up. I can't say that. That's a copyright. All right, that's why we're playing a brand new game called Thrifty or Shitty. Well, I can't say that over and over. I'm gonna get demonetized. Thrifty or Shifty. You dropped the ball on this one, Jimmy. The rules are simple. I'll show you a dollar store item, and then you get to decide whether it'd be cheaper to just get it at a local grocery store. And it probably is, because I love the deals down at Market
Well, most Dollar Generals I thought are more expensive. It's just the convenience of them.
Basket. More product placement. Go to Market Basket. They over Demula, but the deals are still there. All right, number one. Challenge number one. Mayo. Put it on the screen, Chris. Got a jar.
Is mayo cheaper at a grocery store? Yes, because they're buying it in bulk.
Of mayo. This 8-ounce jar of Kraft Real Mayo sounds like a steal at $1.25, which equals about 15.625 cents per ounce. Holy, what a steal. But honestly, I've never heard of mayo coming in an 8-ounce increment, so I'm a little bit, I'm already confused and a little bit suspicious. I also hate how
I don't know. I do like the convenient size of the mayo. I'm not a big mayo guy. I like the squeegee mayo for my sandwiches. But when people buy a jar of mayo, that'd take me like 2 years to get through.
it immediately labels itself as real. I know they're trying to differentiate themselves from mayo. What's that shit? Miracle Whip, which is disgusting. But I hate when anyone put like made with real sugar. I fucking hope. What kind of
I hate the I can't believe it's not butter brand, because every butter spread that you eat is probably not butter. If you go to a grocery store and buy a tub of like a butter-like substance, it's vegetable oil. Like that's what it is. Like Country Crock is not butter. I can't believe it's not butter is not butter, right? Land of Lakes might be butter. I don't know if it is. But like most of that shit's, it's just canola oil.
fake sugar can you use? I don't know. Calling it real mayo makes it seem like it's a naturally occurring element on this earth instead of being whipped up with a shit ton of oil and eggs. Like, it doesn't grow on a tree, gang. It's not, real is a big word. Okay, so it's time to decide, Tuglets. Thrifty or shifty? Survey says a 30-ounce jar of mayonnaise runs about $40 at my local grocery store, which comes in at about 13.3 cents an ounce. Which some of you geniuses out there would notice that is less than the number I said earlier about the dollar store mayo. So you're getting even though it seems cheaper, you're just buying less. All right, number 2, Thousand Island dressing. I'm pretty sure that's what they put on Big Macs. I've never had it on a salad. Again, we have an
They put Thousand Island dressing on a Big Mac?
example of a weirdly small bottle, with this dressing again costing $1
On the Big Arch Burger?
25 for an 8-ounce bottle, or 15.625 per ounce, whatever cents, whatever. We got that. It's cheap. So anyway, thrifty or shifty? Answer: it's a little weird, actually. For complete transparency, the 8-ounce bottle available at the dollar store was Kraft, a name brand. And with that in mind, my local grocery store carries a 16-ounce bottle of Kraft Thousand Island for $4.29, which is approximately 26.8 cents per ounce. And that would make the dollar store version of this thrifty. However, if you're already shopping at the dollar store, I don't think a name brand is much of a concern, in which case you can get a generic Thousand Island for $2.49 or 15.5 cents per ounce, which makes the dollar store version of Thousand Island dressing shifty. So I guess you just gotta pay attention to, you gotta bring a calculator to the store, which is so fun when I'm shopping at a discount store. All right, challenge number 3, ramen, the cheapest thing on earth. I remember.
All right, bro, if we're nickel and diming ramen, though, I don't know. That's where we've lost the plot. That's when society's cooked, is when you're worried about the price of ramen. Ramen's like actually just $1. Anywhere ramen's $1.
Back when these were 29 cents a fucking packet. I don't know what happened to this country. Ramen is pretty much the cheapest way to keep yourself alive on this planet, so I was a little surprised to see this stuff at the dollar store charging $1.50 per pack. That is so much money. You just buy a can of soup for that. But it's a 5-pack, so if you do the math, each one's only about 30 cents, and that's a screaming good deal for a bowl of soup. But ramen noodles occupy a weird space in the culinary world. The type you make at home is incredibly unhealthy, accounting for 72% of your recommended sodium intake per package, and the kind you get at a restaurant melts in your mouth and it's the best thing on earth. So it's a weird, I don't get it. But one thing I noticed is a 5-pack
Well, it's one's highly processed and covered in fucking sodium and the other's not.
of ramen.
Ramen's buns. I think real ramen's good. Like if you go to like a ramen shop, but like base ramen's not. Yeah, let's ban that kid.
Noodles is a little
You know, while we're at it, we gave it a shot for a little bit. We're gonna go back.
unorthodox. Usually it's a 6-pack. So my suspicion flares are flaring. Is it thrifty or shifty? Answer. Okay, we might be splitting hairs here because ramen is already so goddamn cheap. But you can get a 12-pack at a standard grocery store for $4.99, which is over 41 cents a pack. So this is thrifty, but with a pretty big asterisk. Keep in mind that these bigger packs of ramen do always go on sale. In fact, while I was writing this, you could get a 12-pack of ramen at my local market for $2.99 or a little less than 25 cents a pack. So whatever. Frozen pizza, number 4. This was one of the most shocking items I found in the store because each one of these pizzas is $5 each, which is, it's a supreme pizza, but it's still a fucking frozen pizza. And it's not even DiGiorno.
I feel like frozen pizza is like one of the biggest scams. Well, there's actually like an index that shows if the economy's doing bad or not, depending on how many frozen pizzas are being bought. Because if more people are buying frozen pizzas, that's showing that they don't want to actually buy takeout or go to a restaurant, but they want some sort of special meal that feels different. But regardless, I think a frozen pizza is like they're cheap, but they're bad. Like, they're objectively bad. Like, even like my favorite frozen pizza is like a Screamin' Sicilian. Still ass, comparable to like any regular like delivery pizza place.
Which is like the best one. So survey says,
and real pizza is not expensive. You could get like an extra large Domino's pizza for like fucking $15.
thrifty or shifty. And I thought this was gonna be a slam dunk for shifty. No way could anyone in their right mind charge over $5 for a Red Baron pizza. But sure enough, they do. This same thing is being sold at my local grocery store for
hell no. Yeah, you can, bro. What? See, now I'm looking. How much do we think an extra large Domino's pizza is? You could get an extra large barbecue chicken pizza for $15. A plane's probably like $12.
$5.99. $1 more for Red Baron. What happened to this country? I don't even know how we went.
Too much. I feel like that's the one thing that's like, that's a pretty valid price. Like, dude, you're getting like fucking 5,000 calories of food.
In this game, folks. I feel like we're losing, no matter what we do. How did it get so dark? This was supposed to be a fun history lesson about the dollar store. What's the next segment? Oh, good. The section is called The Human Cost of a Dollar Store. Fantastic. Dollar stores aren't always a value for consumers, and they often hurt local businesses. But guess what? They are awful to their employees. 92% of Dollar General workers earn less than $15 an hour, which, just in case you weren't paying attention, $15 an hour is not livable anywhere in the United States anymore. You could be in Kansas and you're Not only are these staffers underpaid, but they also have to work with the bare bones staffing. Oftentimes, dollar stores only have 2 people working at once. And that makes
different systems, different parts.
I don't know. Could you say that like surgeons psychopaths? Or yeah, they probably have a higher level of psychopaths for sure. And it's also like a high level of, you know, success and money that comes with it. So I get people going into that field for the monetary gain versus like, you know, caring about saving lives. But I also feel like some surgeons that aren't psychopaths might test higher on low empathy ratings just because they've become numb to the job. Like, if you've seen 500 people die on a fucking operating table, like at some point it means nothing. Like, the weight becomes less.
That's all. The people who do this the best, the ones who can completely emotionally detach. Just think about what these guys do on a regular basis. Slicing through skin, cutting through bone, operating on young children. And when it's all over, no crying, no celebrating, just moving on to the next patient. And one of the major attractions for those with psychopathic traits, you're basically playing God. Mix intelligence, status, and control over life and death, you're practically writing a love letter to psychopathy. As Kevin Dutton notes, psychopaths aren't all killers. Some of them are saviors. They just so happen to save you.
Dude, I can't imagine having to do like open heart surgery, man. I kind of feel like it might actually be better you have a psychopath doing that. Like somebody that's just so robotic. Like, I couldn't have some, because it's like lower heart rate, not as stressed out, better, you know? Versus a guy that's like, oh, fuck, what if this kid dies? You know? Like, they just need to be, like, you can't have, your thoughts need to be fully just on the operation rather than like, oh, this is so sad, you know? Like, oh, God, what if I mess up? Like, you can't get, you gotta just be in the zone.
With the same level of empathy they'd use to fix a car. But hey.
I'd be scared to EpiPen myself. Nah, I could EpiPen myself. I think I could do okay, I'm not saying I think I could do surgery. I think if I had to be a surgeon, I'd be able to do knee surgery. I have knee surgery next Thursday. Some shit like that. But I couldn't do brain surgery. Something that could kill you. Fuck no.
Thank God for surgeons. One group of psychos I definitely don't thank God for: salespeople. Psychopaths love sales. It's the perfect storm of manipulation, charm, and reward. They mirror your tone, your body language, your beliefs, all to build trust they don't actually feel. It's just a game to them. They read you like a player at a poker table. They find your weakness, they exploit it, and they smile with a shit-eating grin while doing it. And once they close the deal, that dopamine hit isn't from helping you, it's from beating you. And the scary part is, they're good. Really good. They're expert social...
Some of them are, I think psychopaths are probably good salesmen. You ever see you ever talk to a really shitty salesman before at a car dealership or some shit? You're just like, yeah, this ain't for you, man. Could even be a store, a regular, whatever they're working on commission. Not a car necessarily, but you're at a supplement store or somewhere where they're pitching you something and you're like, man, this is not for you. You are way too fucking awkward. You could tell when they're good at it when they're like, hey, how you doing? And they kind of force it onto you in a sense where it's like, hey, do you want help with any? No, it's just like, hey, I see. What are you here for? Oh, protein? What kind of protein are you looking for? Actually, I was just wondering, what are your goals in this? And they just start they open the door to that conversation.
Chameleons. They know
insurance salesmen. Those guys are psychopaths.
Fake it till they make it. They combine their superficial charm with zero guilt or empathy, and the result is Jordan Belfort-like salespeople willing to say or do anything for their commission. Number 3 on the list are the people at least partly responsible for how
one of these is I think probably number 1 CEOs.
Up Western society has become in modern times. Media executives and journalists. If salespeople manipulate individuals, these pricks manipulate entire populations. The news industry used to be about truth. Now it's about
Twitter account holders.
Engagement. And engagement doesn't come from accuracy, it comes from outrage. Psychopaths love outrage. Remember, psychopaths have no empathy, no remorse, no guilt. They're pathological liars and they can be crazy ambitious. So in a world where attention is currency, they're willing to say or do anything to control.
Propaganda pages. If you work for a news media outlet that just spews shit.
Your attention. Behind every breaking story is someone doing psychological calculus. How do we make people angry enough to click, scared enough to share, outraged enough to stay tuned? These people don't report the news anymore. They engineer it. And psychos love this kind of ecosystem because they don't have to pretend about caring for who gets hurt, who's defamed, or who loses everything. They're social predators who manipulate without remorse. Number 2 is lawyers. If there was ever a profession built to reward
Never even thought about that. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like a defense lawyer. My client didn't kill this person. He literally did. It's on a security CCTV. Well, that's not him.
It's this one. You get paid to argue, manipulate emotions, and twist the truth until it fits your client's version of reality. And Kevin Dutton's research supports it. Lawyers have one of the highest rates of psychopathy in the world. They put their work
criminal defense lawyer.
Under the guise of the pursuit of justice, and yet they'll gladly defend murderers, rapists, and child molesters. Now, yes, I understand.
Well, yeah, no, he's going to say, there's a chance that they're innocent, so it's not all of them are, but it's just some cases that they take where it's dude, this guy's fucked.
In the argument, I'd rather defend a guilty person than have an innocent person sit in jail. I understand that everyone deserves legal representation to the best of their ability. But how?
No, I'm not blaming them for doing it, but I do understand why psychopaths are higher in that field.
How do some lawyers sleep at night knowing they've just defended a legitimate monster? Genuinely, how does the dream team...
That, or you could say the flip, where there's a lawyer that's prosecuting a guy that's more seemingly innocent, and then they get him put away.
Who defended OJ sit there knowing their client is guilty as fuck and then just push that aside to get him acquitted. Pursuit of justice, my ass. It's the pursuit of winning. There's the thrill of deception, the allure of power and prestige, and permission to manipulate as long as you do it with...
Yeah, I have no idea what that fucking clip was, bro. That had nothing to do. Was that Speed? Who was that? That was like a WWE guy getting like fucking twerked on.
In the rules. And who wrote those rules? Are the goddamn lawyers. Psychopaths write the rules for how psychopaths can
That was
defend...
Booker T. I couldn't see his face. Couldn't see his face. It was just all ass.
And other psychopaths. Amazing. Anyways, before diving into number 1, we've got a little bonus career where quite a few psychopaths are found. Want to take a guess? We'll say it together on 3.
CEOs.
1, 2, 3. Police officers. Now,
What? It's not. Oh wait, does CEO count as a job? I don't know if CEO is like CEO is just like you're a company owner of what? Cops are number 1.
depending on which list you read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some, that control turns into power.
Oh, this isn't top 1. This is a bonus.
Read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some, that control turns into power, and that power becomes pleasure. The badge gives authority, the uniform gives legitimacy, and the gun gives fear. Now, before the comment section turns into a war zone, no, not every cop is a psychopath. Many genuinely want to serve and protect, and thank God for them. I don't even want to imagine what society would be like without police. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you have psychopathic traits, being a cop gives you a socially sanctioned way to act them out. You can intimidate, command, and control and still be applauded for it. Kevin Dutton calls it the mask of morality, when psychopathic behavior hides behind a noble mission. Speaking of which, that mask, especially in today's day and age, is often worn so much by the guys at number 1 on the list, CEOs.
Okay, I was gonna say it has to be.
To me, this one's straightforward as hell. You really think Peter Thiel is a normal human being? Then you've got those fake altruistic...
Oh, well, no, Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist, so yeah, he has to be.
I'm just a good guy CEOs like Sam Altman. This guy's a 40-something-year-old tech founder from Silicon Valley, and yet he goes on the Joe Rogan Experience and acts like he doesn't know what kind of effect Coke has on people.
Is that something Coke makes people want to do? It seems to me like it just makes people like angry and chaotic.
That fake naivety...
Yeah, they always act dumb. Why do they always act dumb? Whenever they do an interview, it's like they try to act really stupid to seem like they're more like humble than they are. Like that's like billionaires in general. They'll like hop on something. They'll be like, oh no, like what, what is, but not, they won't be like dumb in the sense of like, oh, how much is milk? They'll be like, oh really? I don't understand. What is that? Like the very basic concept everybody knows about. What do you mean? Oh, cocaine makes you more excited and like hyper? Oh, I've never done that.
That's
Bro, you're worth $1 billion. You're telling me you've never snorted coke before, buddy? Get out of here, pal. You're probably one of the only people that could get access straight to the fucking source. No fentanyl and that shit. I know you do it.
Exactly what psychopaths do. They disarm...
Literally dead ass. Like if you're a billionaire, you're like one of the only people that could get access to like 1970s cocaine. Like you could fucking go to Pablo Escobar himself and get him to give you some shit straight out of the mill.
You with sincerity they don't actually feel. It's all just a show to them. Studies have found that 1 in 5 corporate leaders show strong psychopathic traits.
He's in jail. Pablo Escobar's dead. You're talking about, oh my God, what is his name? Not El Mencho. El Mencho's also dead. Who's the guy in like a Colorado prison? El Chapo. Sorry, I was trying to look him up. Joaquin Guzman.
The same ratio as in prisons. Business at the highest level is war without bullets. You win by outsmarting, undercutting, or straight up swallowing the competition. And if you can do that without getting emotionally attached to people or consequences, you're rewarded with millions or even billions of dollars. The appeal to psychopaths is obvious. They're calm under pressure, can put on the fake charm when need be, they're utterly ruthless in negotiations, and they can fire a 1,000-person department without giving it a second's thought. And don't think you finance bros are off the hook. When psychologists collected this data, hedge fund managers and investment bankers were grouped in with the corporate execs. Superficial charm, inflated egos, no remorse, and manipulation to achieve their own ends. you're all little Patrick Batemans on the inside. So yeah, we like to think evil looks obvious. The serial killer, the dictator, the monster lurking in the dark. In reality, they're running...
The finance guy I talk to, bro, I love him. But every time, I don't think he's a psychopath, but he's like cut and clean, bro. I talk to him, he'll ask me about like how my business is going, like social media in general. And he'll just be like, oh, really? That's so interesting. like 30 times in a conversation. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's so interesting. Tell me more. And I'll be like, yo, there's no way you're actually caring about this.
Companies hosting talk shows, writing laws.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Every time in that exact tone.
And cutting people up in all.
I love him, though. He's so interesting. And when he says that, I giggle every time.
In order to save their lives. Again, not everyone in these careers is a psychopath.
Oh, really? That's fascinating.
Obviously. But I've got almost 100k subscribers now. The statistics say around 1,000 to 4,000 of you are straight up psychos. I still love you all. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And
let's read the comments. How people make money is the name of the channel. As my cousin suggested some career options for me, and she said, wait, what? For me, and that jerk sent me this video. Oh my God. I almost misread that. Skipping words, not great. That's why I hang with engineers or blue collars in general. They just want to fix stuff. Bro's acting like every person in any category of that job is immediately a psychopath. It's like just a higher percentage. Politicians, medical field, it's full of them. Psychopaths are bred to run major corporations. The sheer lack of empathy that's required to lay off 5,000 people to a small town factory, go home later, sleep like a baby. Yeah. It's just shitty companies need to be it's shitty companies are ran that way. But it's like big tier companies, you need a guy that's just like, yeah, I'll do that. Which jobs have the most psychopaths?
Somewhere around 1 to 4% of the general population, but in some industries, they represent over 20%. If you thought they'd be busy
managers, no. It's got to be like CEOs. Has the most. Streamers probably has a pretty high rate of psychopaths, sure. Streamers, maybe social media in general. But I think like CEOs, CIA, yeah, like a lot of jobs that need like no empathy, where you just like fire people, kill people, and not care, like
working in dark alleyways or cutting people up in basements or chainsawing pretty young girls so you'd be safe in your smelly little office cubicle. You're wrong.
Blackjack dealers. 7 card 21. Good luck next time. Reshuffle the cards. You flip a fucking 2 queens. 2 queens, perfect pair. You didn't bet it. 20, I'll stand. You go. They're flipping a 6. They flip 6, 5, 10, 21. Bet again. You got an ace, 8, 19. Stand. They flip a 4, or they have a 4. They flip 4, 3, 4, 11. Flip a 5. You go, oh shit, they got 16. Another 5. 21. Sorry, good. Better luck next time.
They're far more likely to be in corner offices on live TV or running for re-election. Because while some careers reward empathy and compassion, others reward manipulation, power, and control. Let's quickly understand what a psychopath is and then dive into jobs that attract the most psychopaths.
Making meme coins.
That's in the modern world. Psychopaths aren't just like the villains in movies. More often than not, they're high-functioning professionals living right next to us. Psychopathy is defined using the Hare psychopathy checklist, and it splits psycho traits into 2 major categories. We've got interpersonal and emotional traits, and we've got behavioral traits. Psychopaths have a major lack of empathy, absolutely no remorse, they're pathological liars, they're superficially charming, and they'll manipulate you in any way they can. They're also highly impulsive, thrill-seeking, irresponsible, often highly ambitious, and chronic rule breakers. In practical terms, a psychopath can fully understand what they're doing is harmful, they just don't care. Neuroscience studies back this up too, showing they're simply built different. Their amygdala, which processes empathy and fear, runs on low power mode. You put that kind of person into the workplace and what happens? You suddenly have a predator in an environment built for cooperation. They play office...
Well, they would still experience fear in some way, right? I never knew that psychopaths have a lower level of empathy and fear. But could you have the reverse? Like, who's the guy that climbs those towers? You know what I'm talking about. He free climbs towers in cities. What's that guy's name? Alex Honnold. Is Alex Honnold a psychopath? I don't know. Alex Honnold is a thrill seeker that has a low level of fear, but that doesn't mean that he has low empathy. He might just have like a fear disorder.
It's politics like it's life or death. They see colleagues as stepping stones, and they climb the ladder fast because they'll do things normal people simply won't. As Professor Babiak's research shows, certain careers act like magnets for psychopaths because they offer exactly what these people are looking for.
Dude, I can't escape Anton Chigurh. I'm serious. Ever since I've watched No Country for Old Men, I see Anton Chigurh every single day. Every single day, I see Anton Chigurh. He's like the most popular figure in my day-to-day life.
For status, power, and the...
Who is that? This guy. Anton Chigurh is a character in No Country for Old Men. He's a psychopath.
Because they offer exactly what these people are looking for. Status, power, and the ability to control others. So,
yeah, it's usually like higher power positions. That's why like CEOs are a higher percentage of psychopaths. They're not 80%. It's just like there's a higher... If psychopaths are 1 to 4% of the population, that's what he was saying. Like CEOs might be 20 of 20% of CEOs are psychopaths. There's a higher concentration.
Are they? Psychopaths thrive in systems that reward the worst parts of them. So give them status, power, competition, and the ability to manipulate people, and they'll rise.
Well, control and leadership as well. Like, psychopaths are not inherently bad people if they control the bad aspects of their personalities, right? Like, that's one thing that needs to be said. Like, when you think of the term psychopath, you think of, like, serial killers and fucking American Psycho. Like, the average psychopath is a pretty normal guy. Like, he might be a dickhead CEO, but you're not in your head going, he's a psychopath. You're going, he's just kind of an asshole rich guy. Like, he's just like a dude on the street, you know? Like, I think we're, like, mapping it up as these psychopaths need power and control. It's like, no, realistically, they kind of just, like, control employees, push out other competition, step on people, low ball competition, right? Like, they do day-to-day shit that, like, feeds that, but it's not like, oh, they need to fire someone every day and fucking stomp out small businesses to have feeling.
To the top. We're going to dive into the 10 careers where you can statistically find the most amount of psychopaths. These rankings come from psychologist Dr. Kevin Dutton.
Number 1, plumbers.
Research into psychopathy in the work.
Just some random fucking job. I feel like if we're going through 10 of them, there's going to be one that I'm like, oh, really? Oh, really? Ooh, police officers. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, police officers, cops, there's probably a higher percentage.
Place. If you'd like to read about it, check out his book, The Wisdom of Psychopaths, or watch his podcast with Chris Williamson. Now let's dive into the list. Do you want to take a guess at what number 10 is? 3 seconds. Ready?
Okay, well, see, here's what I'm pausing. Because number 10, like, I think I could guess jobs that are on the list. I think CEO's number 1. But, like, number 10, something that has, like, fractionally more psychopaths. Managers. Not a CEO. A manager. A manager of a local McDonald's. He's a power-hungry psychopath. He loves making you clock into your 9 to 5. He gives you the days that you don't want to work. He makes you come in.
You guessed it, priests and
That would have been the last guess. That would have been the last guess, right, priests?
Religious leaders. Just kidding. They're actually number 8 on the list.
Oh, fucking hell. What the Number 8 is priests? What?
We'll be diving into them a little later. First up, we've got civil servants. More specifically,
Really?
We're talking about those roles where they're like the fake police. Parking ticket officer, welfare case manager.
Just fiending on that fucking power, man. Oh, you're fucking 6 inches too close to a fire hydrant. Ticket.
Some fat, miserable, blue-haired bitch at the DMV.
Whoa.
That kind of role. Why do psychopaths like these roles? Supposedly 3 reasons.
Whoa,
1,
settle down.
rule-based power. So authority is baked into the job. 2, low transparency. Everything's hidden behind...
Side note, side conversation. That was a little crazy. I saw somebody say that in my Walking Dead playthrough, I'm like overly sexist and I use the term bitch too much. When I use the term bitch, I don't mean women, right? I just say I use the term bitch in the same way that I use the term dick, right? So it's like, when I say that, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm calling somebody a bitch because they're women. I'm just saying that you're being a bitch, right? You're being a bitch. You're being a dick, right? I use them interchangeably.
Bureaucratic curtains. And 3, diffused responsibility. No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing zero emotional discomfort.
Or I'll go, bitch. They say somebody says something crazy. Bitch.
Because policy provides the moral cover. I'm not denying you.
I gotta rewind.
No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing zero emotional discomfort because policy...
Oh, you're here for a new ID? Do you have your 6 points? Ooh, that's only 5. Well, I drove 30 minutes to get you. Ooh, you're gonna need your birth certificate. Sorry.
Policy provides the moral...
Adrenaline coursing through their body.
...cover. I'm not denying you healthcare. The system is denying you healthcare. Dr. Kevin Dutton describes this category as everyday authoritarianism. People who...
No, the DMV is really a dystopia. The DMV is like gray. They have those shitty hospital lights. It's just like 3 TV screens with like B22. Like you're playing bingo, but you're just sitting in a fucking shitty plastic chair waiting for your name to be called.
Enjoy enforcing structure, not because it helps society, but because it gives them dominance. In other words, psychopathy...
Chimpanzees have entered the Stone Age. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, chat. It's coming true.
That chimpanzee just made a stone tool, and that one's hunting with a spear. If this looks like the Stone Age to you,
it looks like they're bashing shit with rocks, brother. I don't know about these chimps. I've seen orangutans use spears to fend off otters because they have a feud. I don't know if you knew that or not. They hate each other. Otters and, I think it's otters. And orangutans do not like each other at all. And orangutans know how to, like, build stuff. They could, like, use modern... Like, if you give an orangutan, like, a hammer and a saw, he'll, like, figure out how to make shit.
you're not wrong. They've wielded...
Ooh, is that AI? No way they made that. If it made that, that's impressive. That's like an old school, like, obsidian spearhead, almost. That has to be AI.
They've wielded stone tools for thousands of years, and some are virtually identical to those crafted by our own ancestors.
So are they truly in the Stone Age or just standing on the edge? Let's find out.
Let's find out. I'm going to be going to the rainforest today to go interact with some of these monkeys. Or chimpanzees. Apes, rather. Because monkeys and apes are different things. Anyways, he walks in. He's like, all right, I think I've spotted one.
For decades, researchers thought tool use is what separated us from the other animals, what made us human. That was until a revolutionary primatologist conducted a study in the 1960s. Jane Goodall ventured into the remote Gombe Stream National Park in Tanzania. One day, she witnessed chimpanzees at a termite...
Why do I know that name? Did Jane Goodall recently die? Oh my God, she recently died in October at 91.
...mound repeatedly poked stalks of grass into the holes. The termites would bite onto the grass defensively, allowing the chimp to pull them out and eat them. Astonished at her discovery, Goodall told paleoanthropologist Louis Leakey, who wrote, "Now we must redefine tool, redefine man, or accept chimpanzees as human."
Okay, I don't know about accepting them as human, but I do think they're a lot more intelligent than we give them. And I have the take that if crows or ravens had opposable thumbs and they weren't in bird form, they would be on the progress to be as smart as us. They understand water displacement. They can hold generational grudges against people. Like, if you upset a pack of crows, their kids will hate you. Like, they are so smart. It's just they're incapable of making tools. Like, they can't use the intelligence that they have to the greatest extent. Like, I think one of the best... Like, not only are our brains big enough we have the most neural connections, like brain density, blah, blah, blah. We're able to fucking understand things. You know, we walk on 2 feet. We're able to, you know, live in most climates. We're warm-blooded animals. There's a million things that enable us to evolve in the way that we've done. But I think, like, us being able to manipulate objects around us is the biggest thing.
Tools are evolutionary game changers. They unlock resources that would otherwise be impossible to reach. In the case of termite fishing, the stick directly aids chimpanzees in acquiring this food source. But this is far from their only tool. Further research has found that chimpanzees actually use over 20 different tools. One of the most important is their use of stone tools. Stone hammers are used to smash open hard nuts against anvil stones. This lets them consume abundant calories they otherwise would have no chance in eating. A recent paper looked closely at this behavior and found something fascinating. Using stone tools to open nuts is not present in every population. Chimps in seasonal, resource-scarce environments exploit nuts more often. But the study also...
Wow. Do you think, I know this would be immoral, do you think if we put a group of, this is like purely hypothetical, if you put a group, because I know environmental stress causes faster evolution and development. If you put chimpanzees and other apes on like a level of environmental stress that didn't kill them, but it forced them to, I guess, use the environment around them and evolve in a way that, you know, they could survive, would they progress rapidly to where we are? Like, if they had to adapt to their environment, would they? Some wouldn't. Like, other animals would be incapable. They would just die. But I think, like, a lot of apes, like great apes specifically, have the brain capacity to do so. It's just, if there's no need for change, then they won't. Like, that's like the theory of, like, humans as well, is like that we were kind of forced out of the jungle with, like, our common ancestors. And then over time, we had to adapt in a way that enabled us to get calories in an easier way. And we started cooking our food and, you know, had an interconnected, I guess, hunter-gatherer society that then started to do farming and all this other shit where it's like we needed to. And now we progress for, like, I guess, the lust for knowledge, which some animals show as well. But I wonder if apes would do that quicker if we, like, put them in a situation where they had to. I love collecting things for my stream background, as you can see, but sometimes it's hard to find cool items that are worthy of being back there. Well, with today's sponsor, Whatnot, we're going to find some more things to add, as well as give away $1,000 in Whatnot credit that you could use to collect your own items yourself. To enter for free, sign up to Whatnot using the link in my description and comment your username down below, plus spend some or all of the free $15 at sign up to get an extra entry. Whatnot is the #1 live stream shopping app where you could buy, sell, or auction literally anything. Today, we're going to be going for some Funkos and the toys and hobbies to add to the collection, as well as maybe some sneakers, video games. I don't really know. So say you're a fan of shoes and streetwear, for example. You go to this tab and you scroll over to the, you know, live streamer that you want to see selling something. They show you the item that they're selling, and you could bid on it with that amount of time left to win it. Or they also have certain items up for purchase itself that you could also get easily. It's that simple. Ended up getting 2 Funko Pops for $5 each and pair of shoes for $9. I mean, what a steal. So click the link in the description, sign up to Whatnot for free, and get $15 in Whatnot credit just for signing up. And if you use that, you get an extra entry for potentially $1,000 in Whatnot credit. Thank you to Whatnot for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it.
Also looked closer at the hammers and anvils themselves. They found that they differ regionally and choose a certain hammerstone size depending on the hardness of the nut. The so-called anvils that they smash the nuts against are usually just large flat stones that happen to be near the nut trees. These anvils are fairly distinct archaeologically, and researchers have found evidence that their use goes back at least 4,300 years, meaning that this behavior likely extends far into prehistory. What is also interesting to note is that some populations do not smash nuts at all, meaning some chimpanzee populations are more technologically advanced than others. Another important tool that chimpanzees use are spears. Yeah, that's right. They make their own spears by taking out—
Yo, look at his butthole, bruh. Holy shit. I mean, that is, I'm sorry, that is prolapsing, dog. That is that a nutsack? That's his butt? Bro, that's fucking gross. That is actually
a sturdy
disgusting.
stick and biting the tip
That is like hanging out, bruh. That's like worse than a bonobo.
Form a sharp end. They use these
Oh
weapons—
my god! Yo, I actually can't stop looking at it. Sorry, I was gonna say something else. I got so distracted.
They use these weapons to stab into the burrows of bush babies, which are some of the cutest animals on the planet. They jam the stick into the burrow, killing the animal, and then they use the stick to get the animal out. These spears seem to be used exclusively for hunting animals that they physically cannot get to. They have never been witnessed using them against one another. However, chimpanzees have been documented using sticks and branches to hit each other. They even throw rocks during aggressive encounters. It seems that they have already had their 2001 Space Odyssey moment. So chimpanzees use rocks to crack open nuts, they fish for termites, and they even stab.
I mean, in the same sense, though, there's other animals that use tools. Like otters have like a lucky rock that they keep to crack open like clams and other things.
Prey with spears. So have they truly entered the Stone Age? Well, they are far from the only animals to use tools. Orangutans use sticks to fish for insects and honey. You may have even seen this image of an orangutan spearfishing. While it is true that this orangutan was imitating some fisherman he was watching, he was unsuccessful and pretty much just splashed a stick at the water, so it's not impressive as it might seem. Apparently after this shot he ended up stealing a fish that was already hooked by a fisherman, so I guess that's a win? But plenty of other primates like capuchin monkeys use stones on a daily basis to open shellfish. Even otters use stones to open shellfish. Crows fish with sticks, and octopuses use shells for protection. Tool use is not exclusive to humans.
Octopuses confuse the shit out of me, though. Don't they have, like, multiple brains? Yeah, they have 9 brains. Doesn't make any sense. They have 1 large central brain and 8 mini ganglia, 1 at each arm, that allows the limbs to operate independently. So, like, they control each of their limbs from, like, a non-central nerve. Our brain controls both of our limbs. Imagine if we had our brain and then our arms and our legs had brains. Like, that's weird. I always wonder what that looks like. Like, I would pay an exorbitant amount of money. Is that a right word? Exorbitant. Yeah, exorbitant. Yeah, big word of the day, chat. That's one of those words where I use the word and I don't know what it means, but I know that I used it right. I would use an exorbitant amount of money to feel what it's like to be in another animal's consciousness. Like, what living like an octopus is like. And I wouldn't pick, like, a dog. I would pick something that's, like, so fucking different. Like a pistol shrimp. What is it like to be a pistol shrimp? Can't they see, like, a million colors? Or is that a mantis shrimp?
Nor primates. So then what set our ancestors apart? Well, our ancestors took stone tools to another level by modifying them. By smashing stones together, they broke off sharp stone edges which could cut. This opened up all kinds of new resources for our ancestors. Just as the termite sticks or spears allowed chimpanzees to
Or they knew even, like, earlier humans had the capability of using their mouth as a third arm, to where when they would shave leather, they would hold, like, they would have the sharp stone and they would pull it and then grip it with their teeth and shave it, and you could see it through the markings on their skeleton.
Extract calories out of their
Like, that's nuts.
environment. Sharp stone tools allowed our ancestors to do the same. On the savannas where we evolved, carnivores are constantly killing prey and leaving their carcasses with plenty of meat and bone marrow left over. A study looking at zebras killed by lions found that on average, 33 pounds or 15 kilograms of meat was left over. That is roughly 20,000 calories in meat alone, not to mention the marrow. This would have met the daily requirements of about 27 early hominins. But to harvest this meat, our ancestors needed the sharp edges of stone to cut through tendons, scrape off meat.
Yo, imagine being an early human that just slayed an elephant with your pack, bruh. That would be like the biggest, a Super Bowl win. Beyond that, you just won the World Cup, bruh. That'd be aura. You're literally, you and five people just fucking killed an elephant. You're like, yo, we're set. Like, we're chilling for, like, another month. I thought about that, and I know this is such a fucking first world thing to say. Like, not only are we privileged to be in, like, modern society, like, bro, people in old age, like, you can die of old age. People back then, like, every other animal, and even some humans in, like, certain countries, literally die from the inability to get food, but not, like, starving to death. They usually get so weak that something else kills them. Like, the majority of humans have died a gruesome death. Like, not laying in a hospital bed or, like, having a heart attack and just dying. Like, most humans are, like, slowly withering away and then getting fucking eaten.
And break into the brains and marrow. This was one of humanity's biggest breakthroughs. and it's not far off of what chimpanzees are currently doing in Africa. The earliest modified stone tools are 3.3 million years old. We don't know who was making them. It was most
Jesus Christ. Yo, what do you think Clav would say about this? So your bone structure is pretty subpar.
who was making them. It was most likely our ancestors or close relatives, but who knows? It could have even been the ancestors of chimpanzees. What we do know is that stone tool use wouldn't catch on until around 2.4 million years ago, when hominids started selecting stone that could hold a sharp edge, and then they learned how to produce efficient tools.
Here's an example of the kinds of tools that our ancestors were using well over 2 million years ago. It's really just a sharp flake of stone, but it's an incredibly useful tool for cutting through flesh and also pounding through bones and other objects. Though it's extremely simple, it was an evolutionary game changer for our ancestors.
Many paleoanthropologists would argue that the intentional development of a cutting edge has to be the lower
I would never want to do this because there's no need to, but people talk about like buck fever when they're hunting and they like kill a deer and they start like shaking. I'm like, dude, I feel like that's like, yeah, maybe even with like archery. Yeah, I get it. I think like when you have a gun and you just shoot an animal, I'm not judging hunting. Like I would love to go hunting one day, right? I've never been hunting. I've gone fishing. I've done a bunch of, I've never gone hunting. I get the buck fever with the bow, but with a gun, I'm like, you didn't really like do much to kill the thing, you know? You just sat in a tree for 6 hours and then you shot it. Like, I feel like the adrenaline rush from running with like rudimentary clothing, holding a spear with like 5 people, and you're trying to fucking corner an animal, like that's like actively would kill you in a 1v1, but you're with 4 other people and one of you might die. Like, imagine. All of you might die. You know, you and 4 people are trying to fucking kill this whatever animal you're trying to kill at the time. Whether it be in sub-Saharan Africa or Europe or wherever it was at the time. And you're trying to fucking corner this thing and it's ready to kill you. You know, I'm not talking about a deer. I'm talking about like a scarier animal. And you're just slow picking it away with like a stick or like a makeshift spear. Oh my God.
bound of the Stone Age. Otherwise, otters and capuchins are also in the Stone Age.
Yeah, try to kill a fucking mammoth.
Chimpanzees have never been documented in the wild creating a sharp stone tool, but they are limited for a number of reasons. First of all, fine-grained stones that create sharp edges when broken, such as flint, are not common in the modern range of chimpanzees.
Guns equal cool? Well, I'm not judging people that hunt with guns. I'm saying it's not like... When people are, like, hunting with guns, I'm like, you're not getting back to, like, your ancestry, bro. Like, somebody with, like, a modern longbow, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're, like, getting back to, like, the human roots, right? But if you shoot something with a fucking modern rifle, I'm like, that's a one-tap, bro. That's, like, it's basically, like, putting on cheat codes, you know?
Most of the time, it is thick jungle, and the stones they have access to are basically useless for cutting. Our ancestors, on the other hand, lived across open, rocky savannas that often had sources of quality stone. But just because chimpanzees don't have access to the right...
That's why I love, side note, that's why I love the show Alone on Netflix, because they only have, like, a very basic bow, and they get, like, 5 arrows or some shit. And then, like, other stuff, they have to set up traps. But I watched one where a guy killed a moose. He clipped it. He went, and it hit him in an artery, but the moose still lives for a while, so it ran away. And then he's like filming himself and he's shaking and he's just watching it for like 4 hours. And then finally it drops and he filmed it and he was like, oh, it just died. And then he went and he ran towards it. I was like, that's nuts. We evolved. Bro, we didn't evolve from the time of bows to now. We just technologically evolved, right? Like physically we haven't.
...was for cutting.
Like, if you're trying to get back to, like, the roots of hunting, it's not with a gun.
Our ancestors, on the other hand, lived across open, rocky savannas that often had sources of quality stone.
I don't believe in evolution. I respect your belief. I think that's a pretty rough take.
But just because chimpanzees don't have access to the right raw materials...
Really rough take, in my opinion.
...for knapping stone, doesn't mean they lack the intelligence to understand it. So researchers had a bold idea. What if we simply taught a chimpanzee how to flint nap? Meet Kanzi, a language competent bonobo, who was taught to flint nap in the early 1990s.
Wow, y'all did him dirty with that first picture. He looks so much better there. My God.
A language competent bonobo, who was taught to flint nap in the early 1990s. Bonobos are a closely related cousin of chimpanzees, often seen as more socially intelligent. Kanzi was especially intelligent. He even learned how to
I remember Kanzi. Burrito.
play Minecraft. But it was this video of him flint napping that honestly blew my mind. They first focused on showing him how to knock off flakes through percussion, which is what I'm doing here. You literally hit one rock against another rock in order to knock off a stone flake. So now let's watch some incredible close-up footage of Kanzi napping.
Oh, look there what Kanzi made. That's really perfect. Oh, look at that one. Oh, thank you. They would really cut things good.
Kanzi was able to knock off flakes consistently, and after a while, he even came up with his own methods of flint napping. Instead of using the hammerstone in his hand, he started throwing it at the core. This may have helped him overcome challenges unique to the hands of chimpanzees, or to protect his fingers. But how fast?
I want it comped and we're done. Then you're a scammer. You have to go, I want it comped, I'll buy. You have to pay for something. You can't like get 2 meals, comp them and leave. Like you went in knowing you were going to do that. You at least have to get like 3 drinks or some sort of item that you're spending money on. Because then the waiter's also fucking waiting on you for literally nothing.
Who was like a power hungry manager. Why aren't you doing this right? And he's the one who's like, one man in China put cockroaches in his mouth and blackmailed a restaurant, demanding a large sum of money and a carton of cigarettes, or else he would post a video claiming the bugs were found inside the food. The carton of cigarettes is really the ad on there. And 1 carton of cigarettes. Also, like, not that crazy. Don't get me wrong, it's stupid, but I'm like, I feel like you could have asked for anything, right? Having to pay every time you go out to eat can slowly add up over time. That's why people have started coming up with dating schemes to get others to pay for their meals instead. I have fully believed that women do this. I fully believe that.
Going out to eat for the sake of a free meal and then dipping, I feel like the effort's far exceeding the reward of the dinner. Like making yourself go out on dates with like literal dud guys to get an $80 meal for free.
Like any woman could have free meals for the rest of her life, especially with the dating apps. If she being like Monday, Tuesday, I have every day of the week, it's lined up. I'm just going out to dinner. I just legitimately believe there's people out there that do that.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
I mean, that seems like I'm not even mad about it. I feel like that would be a very unenjoyable life. To like be forcing yourself to go on dates with new people every day to get a free meal.
And if I was a woman, I might consider it.
You're the cheapest person I know. 100%. A female, actually, maybe a female version of you would be, because your male version, I'll tell you what, the girls out there, you guys gotta calm down these comments. I'm telling you, like, holy shit. I'll tell you what, people are rubbing themselves raw. It's unbelievable. I was gonna say, if you were a girl though, I could definitely see you being like, okay, and you never put out.
Oh, no. Never.
Actually, you would. It's a dinner and a show. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got to now. They paid for my meal.
Look like Charlie Chaplin with those potatoes. 45-year-old Paul Guadalupe Gonzalez was reported to the police by numerous women for ditching them on dates to get free meals. According to his dates, Paul would meet at a restaurant, order large meals with expensive items like
oh my God, and just leave, be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and just walk out.
Steak and shrimp, suck them down, and then say he had to use the restroom or had forgotten something in his car before disappearing. Which I will say, the reason you always picture a guy like, oh, wait, 1 second, and he's like running at the restaurant is always pathetic. The reason girls don't is that you're like, you just know you're getting the meal. So then you can be like, oh, I had a fun night tonight. I hope we could do this again sometime.
Yeah, if you're the girl, you don't need a dine and dash generally, because if you're going on the date, the guy's probably gonna pay. At least you're gonna set it up to a date where a guy would be the one paying, and then you could just say I had a good night and you just leave. The best thing that I said, I think it's very chivalrous for a guy to pay still. But the best thing I heard a chatter say was whoever asks, and this was from a lesbian chatter. This was from a lesbian chatter of mine, because I was like, well, for lesbians, who pays? And they said, and this makes perfect sense, whoever asks the other out on the date pays. Yeah. Whoever goes, do you want to go on a date? You're inviting them to, it'd be very weird for you to invite them and ask to split or not pay. Like, if you ask somebody out on a date, you should be the one paying. And I think that's why it's like very normal for a guy to pay, because guys 90% of the time are asking the woman out on the date. Like, if a girl asks you out on a date and then I think it's still very nice. I think in a situation where a girl asks you out on a date, it's still awesome for you to pay, right? You're making a great impression. But I think it's probably more expected that it's like splitting in that sense.
This practice is extremely common and dubbed the foodie call. Some even claim they've lived off food scored from the strat for several weeks at a time. To justify their actions, people will say they go on these foodie calls as a means of survival because of the ever-struggling economy. If you can't find someone to take you on a date, don't fret. There are other ways to score free food from strangers. Another far less common technique is going into restaurants with the express purpose of finding—
I feel like it's far more effort to go on 30 first dates to feed yourself than find one guy that you're like moderately okay with to kind of be in like a situationship with for a month. Like, if you're going one route or the other, I feel like, dude, I mean, you're having 30 intros. What the hell? It's like starting a movie and then turning it off 20 minutes in 30 times.
Someone to flirt with so they can pay for your meal. That's got to be a role, though. It's like somebody did that to you and all of a sudden you're like, it's never happening. You're just getting them chubbed up, but man, he's gonna walk out and be like, thank you. What was your name again? I'd love to watch Stalker with you. She's like, what?
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say on this one date. What's that Spotless Mind movie? Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind. That was our first date movie, and it was really depressing. So I was just like, I'm just gonna make out with her. And then
Yo, oh my God. Yeah, this movie's really a drag. Let's not do this.
That movie's also like, hey, we were together for a long time, or we're broken up now. This is our first date movie. You can watch sad movies aren't terrible to watch on the first one, but if they're about,
oh, I don't know, bro. How sad of a film. I feel like that, I mean, that's like one where, hey, that's really like an opening moment, bro. I feel like I'll cry during a sad film. I'm so serious. If we play this sad game later and it's upsetting, I'll cry. Like, I don't know if the first date movie is a movie that you're like, you want to tear up. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Literally not even a sad movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I will bawl crying watching that film. When they kill Rocket's friends. No!
Anytime you go out to a bar or restaurant, nothing is stopping you from faking a proposal to draw in attention of other guests and staff. Couples mention tugging on the heartstrings of the establishments, and that has earned them plenty of free drinks and meals. That's actually such a good idea. I've never thought of that.
You and Allison should try it.
They wouldn't believe it.
You got to do it at nice restaurants, though. Oh my God, bro. You see, you're at Applebee's. Yeah, I don't know, dude. These half-price apps. All right, I'm going to break out a proposal real quick. Act really upset. Or, well, not upset. Act really happy. And but like cry. Like a good cry.
This trick can also work if you're single, as some people have had success proposing to their friends while out at a restaurant. For a while, these grifters had a good thing going. That was until people started openly admitting faking their proposals and posting them online. Now it's viewed as semi-controversial tactic. Well, yeah, with people worried restaurants won't be as generous when people are actually proposing. Which also, dude...
Or the restaurant wants to post you your proposal, because the restaurant would want to do that. Like the manager of the restaurant would want to go, happy couple just got engaged at our restaurant. Oh my God, this is the place they chose. And then you see them later, and it's like especially if it's like you can't do it at a restaurant you regularly go to. You would have to do it in like a state you're never returning.
Well, when I actually propose, I want a free meal. It's like, just fucking pay the bill. And plus, you know what's actually, I was thinking about it, that's actually sucks. You know what's better? Propose. She says no. Storms out. I mean, man, if you just want to pay half the bill. Because it's only you there. Or they could be like, dude, it's on us. I'm sorry. But you need to get good at crying, though. Really? Can you imagine looking up at a waiter and being like, really?
You think you could fake the emotions of getting engaged? I don't know if I could rip that. I'm not good at faking emotions outside of anger. Like, that's the only real emotion I think I could fake.
Food digging is a new phenomenon in which restaurants set up fake dating profiles to lure single customers to eat at their restaurants.
What?
At their restaurants. After someone matches with the profile, the fake person will instantly set up a date at the restaurant behind the account. Once the customer arrives and realizes their date isn't there, they assume they've been stood up, but by then, the fake profile has already unmatched them, cutting off any further contact.
Yeah, but I would just leave the restaurant. You think then the owner's coming up and being like, oh no, stay. Like, I would just leave. Like, if I made a reservation for a restaurant and they weren't there, I'd maybe have, like, a drink, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm dipping. And that's so fucked, too, because you didn't actually get stood up. You just were convinced that you got stood up.
Online, people are starting to post their stories of falling victim to food diggers, hindering the effectiveness of the scheme. I've never heard of that. To be fair, I'm totally out of the dating world. I don't know. I feel so lost. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, thank God. Actually, all the time I say, thank God. Don't get tied down, but just know there's some choppy waters ahead. Because everyone's got baggage. Especially by the time you're 30, fuck. Man, especially like those kids who got dirty dicking when they were younger, all of a sudden, now it's like, this is my 8-year-old son.
So you date them when they're 7. They have 17-year-old sons.
Whoa.
No, I said when they have 17.
You said that's why you date
That was a bad stutter.
When they have 17-year-old sons, because that way they're just like, oh, he's 18. He's an adult.
You want that?
Yeah,
that kid's gonna kick your ass. Yeah. Kid's gonna beat your ass. Who's this, Mom? It's Nick. Get off him. Picking you up. Carol! If you can make yourself...
Oh my God, dating a woman with a son that's like fully grown. If you're like 40 and you also have kids, that's not that weird. But if you're like 25 and you're dating like a 37-year-old woman with a kid that's your age, not your age, but like in high school, I feel like that'd be like, okay, you're going to be their stepfather. That's just fucking odd.
Look as pathetic as possible. You just might get a free meal without having to directly steal from the restaurant.
25 years old? No, I'm saying like, say you're 25, you're dating like a 37-year-old woman that had kids when she was 20. Like now that kid is in high school, he's a senior, and it's like, yeah, you're older than him, but like he could still reasonably fight you. Like I feel like that's an odd dynamic. Like you're 25 years old dating a mom that's like not even 40, but her kid's almost as old as you.
A man named Steven Bonzer pulled off, a man named Nick Weber. A man named Steven Bonzer pulled off an impressive stunt in 2019 when he went to Outback Steakhouse on Valentine's Day all by himself with the intention of appearing as if he got stood up by his date. Dressed in his suit jacket, Steven sat down at a table for two during a packed night, telling the workers that his date was just running late.
Oh my God, and then getting a free thing because they feel bad? Maybe. That would actually be really nice of a restaurant to do.
Put together a fake gift he intended to give his imaginary date so waiters would think it was a more special occasion. After he sat alone for some time, he strategically left a pretend voicemail as a waiter passed saying,
I'm here. Let me know when you're on your way.
Over time, Steven quietly ate loaves of complimentary bread by himself. It was getting late. 15 minutes before closing, Steven started amping things up by drinking his wine in fast gulps as if he was depressed when workers would pass by. When he ordered his steak, he claimed the waiter was on eggshells because he felt bad for him. He made enough of a scene that a neighboring table started to stare. Determined to get a free meal, he loudly left another voicemail. This time, he pathetically explains that the kitchen's about to close and that he's worried something must have happened to her.
I'm taking it that you're probably not going to make it. So, I guess I'll...
Oh my God, why would you even leave a voicemail? If you showed up to a date and you get no reply, how long after the date... Like, say you're supposed to be there at 6, reservations at 6. If it's like 6:30, I might hit him a text. Hey, are you coming? Or no reply, 10 minutes later, fucking leave, dude. What? 90 minutes? Bro, Mitho just said 90 minutes. Barely have a 50. I feel like most people carry 1, 5, 20, and 100. 1, 5, 20, 100, maybe a 10. You never carry in a 2. You have a 2, but you don't use it. It's like lucky. And then a 50. 50's rare. Rare. And then you never get dollar coins. Dollar coins are so rare. $50 too. Discontinued. There was a $500 bill with William McKinley on it, $1,000 Grover Cleveland, $5,000 James Madison, $10,000 Salmon P. Chase. Who the fuck is Salmon P. Chase? It sounds like a fake name. American politician, 6th Chief of Justice. Chase Bank.
Named Sam Walton bought a Ben Franklin in Newport, Arkansas. The store was sold to Franklin for $25,000, and the sellers apparently were quoted as saying, "This dude's buying a lemon." That's not a direct quote. They wouldn't say this dude, but they did call the store a lemon. If you don't know what a lemon is, it's something that's right out the gate, and he's probably gonna fail. But what nobody saw coming was the business IQ of this fucking shell-shocked war veteran. In 3 years, Walton's annual sales topped $250,000, which in today's money is about a trillion billion jabinka joints, because that's a lot of money back then. Eventually, Walton struck out on his own, creating a little store called Walmart. That's right, the basic principle.
What? The dude that started like these cheap stores made Walmart?
Of Walmart, one of the world's largest retailers, were fine-tuned in the dollar store, where Walton learned the pricing, merchandising, and layouts that would influence the Walmart model. And you guys know the Walmart model. It's perfect. You get the candy at the checkout aisles. You sell guns in cages next to baby formula. It's perfect.
Bro, my Walmart has digital price tags now. F. We're in a dystopia. They change it.
It's America. But it isn't just Walmart that claims roots in the Ben Franklin stores. This shit was wildly influential, turns out. In 1953, a Ben Franklin was purchased.
That shit's updating by the minute. You pick an item off the shelf, it triples in price.
Purchased by K.R. Perry, whose son would eventually take up the family business by opening up a Dollar Tree in 1986. Remember the Dollar Tree? It's the whole point of the video. I've been ignoring that. I can't fucking write a script for the of me, but I'm glad I hope you've been enjoying this. Hope you get all your fun facts. I am burnt out, guys. I can't do this forever. But it was 3 decades earlier in the 1950s when dollar stores began to take the shape we recognize today. Dollar General opened up in Springfield, Kentucky in 1955, and Family Dollar of Charlotte, North Carolina followed just 4 years later. Dollar General expanded to 29 stores and was doing annual sales of $5 million just 2 years after opening. And Family Dollar opened up 100 stores in its first decade, and then they opened up another 100 stores just a year after that. They were booming, exponential growth. Chris put up a chart. The 50s facilitated their spread because of the growth of the American suburbs and small towns after World War II. Dollar stores filled that gap of affordable and convenient shopping. Come on down, we're selling hams today. Plus big box stores like Walmart, they weren't even existing yet. You had to wait a decade for that shit. And even when they did, they tended to grow at a slower pace. But this was the genius of the dollar store, and the reason they spread across the country like a weed. They require so little overhead, gang. So little overhead.
No, and you always have like, dude, a Dollar General, a Dollar Tree. You have like 2 employees. Your production cost is so low, and the appeal is just like people love going there because it's just cheap shit. You go in, you spend $5, you feel like you spent nothing, and you got 5 items out of it.
Their buildings, inventories, and employees are a fraction of those needed by regular retail shops. Because I'll let you in a little secret, okay? If you have an entire store dedicated to shit that costs less than $1, you can only imagine how little that costs to actually produce and sell. They were making a crazy margin on all this shit.
I'm a manager at Dollar Tree, bro. Yo, sorry, I'm gonna say this. Some Dollar Tree employees smell like actually fucking dog poop. Wait, no, Dollar General, not Dollar Tree. There was one Dollar General I went to in PA, and the employee literally reeked of shit. Like, I was standing there, and I'm just going, you find everything you want today? Yeah. 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 I'm just trying to just give me my bag, bro. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. Stench maxing, bro. I remember she was talking to the other guy. It was either her or him, well, maybe both of them. She was like, oh, I can't wait to go home. I'm like, oh, I wonder why. There's a fucking mud sandwich in your fucking pants right now, buddy. Holy shit, she smelled so bad. It was like eye-watering.
Footprints allows them to thrive in communities often overlooked by bigger retailers and places where it isn't practical.
I can't wait to go home right now. You just hear a plop onto the ground.
Or profitable to run a Walmart. And these places that I just described also happen to be full of the most desirable clientele for the dollar store. The poors. Dollar General CEO Ted Vasso says that their average customer is a woman in a dual income household that earns less than $40,000 before taxes, yikes, and has only about $800 of disposable income per year. It's not a great situation to be in. This makes much of rural America a prime spot for their industry. However, 75% of Americans nowadays do live within within a 5-mile radius of a dollar store. So how does that amount of expansion make sense with the average demographic of a discount shopper? These dollar stores aren't just in
Oh, well, not in Guthrie, Texas, where the local gas station's 90 miles away. Not in old Guthrie, Texas. We got a 6-man football team. They got nobody around here. We gotta filter our own rainwater.
the shanty towns. They're in nice suburbs, and they're around the rich people. So how's that going down? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of show where I bring up the fact that shit's pretty bad right now, and it's been pretty bad for a while, and it doesn't look like it's getting better. The rich people are poor now. We're f***ed. A Pew study.
Well, that's why Target's a failing business, right? Because rich people will go to what's like a rich people grocery store? Rich people will go to like Erewhon if you live in like LA, or like higher quality grocery stores. And Target was like targeting the middle class, but now the middle class is like starting to not really exist. So everybody just goes to Walmart or Dollar General. So it's like you just have two polar opposites. Trader Joe's, yeah. Trader Joe's. Whole Foods, some shit like that. Bro, no matter how much money I ever make, I'm not going to a fuck-ass Whole Foods. I would go to a Trader Joe's. I went to a Trader Joe's one time. That shit was awesome. Shit was awesome, dude. I felt like I was walking around. They were like, do you need help with anything, sir? No, thank you. And normally I hate that. Right, normally I hate that, but every item at Trader Joe's makes no sense. I feel like I'm in the back rooms. Would you like help with anything? Oh, yeah, what's this? Oh, well, that's our fresh squeezed lemonade. It's $14. What? Best lemonade you ever had, though.
Found out that in 1971, 61% of Americans lived in middle-class households, which earned 2/3 of all income. And in 2023, only 51% of Americans were middle class, which earned less than half of all income. And I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers out here. It gets a little confusing when you start thinking about how bad things actually are, but they're important in this discussion because you can quote me on this. Chris put up on the screen, numbers are business. That's the first thing they teach you in business school. You like numbers? Because that's business. What I'm saying is the middle class is shrinking, and that's a great thing for people who own dollar stores. To quote Vasso, as this economy continues to chug along and create more of our core customer, Jesus Christ, that's so dark, I think there's going to be more and more opportunities for us to get in and build more stores. That's so up. I'm sure we're thinking of it in the wrong context. I'm sure he's talking to people who aren't poor, but oh my God. And this leads us to the consequences of the dollar store strategy. While they often like to position themselves as businesses that do good for the community by helping
Yo, I hate card shopping, dude. I think like that's actually like a bottom tier shopping experience, is being like, oh, I need to go buy a birthday card. And you stroll the stores, and they're just all ass, dude. And you'll see some shit. It'll be like such niche things. Your nephew's graduating. Why do we have a card for that? Why do we have a card for that? We have a business we have a factory that's printing out cards for your nephew's baby shower. Like, why is that a subsection? Just have like birthday. Marriage. Your nephew's friend's bat mitzvah. And it'll just be a card that has nothing to do with, like, the relation of that to you. Why is that a thing?
Consumers stretch their dollar while providing access to shopping in underserved areas. They actually play a role in destroying local communities, and we're going to talk about that. As dollar stores aggressively expand, they're no longer just filling in needs for rural towns and small suburbs. They're competing with local grocery stores and effectively wiping them out. Dollar stores often open up right next door to local businesses and...
Bro, but I don't understand how they're competing with local grocery stores. Because I understand on the snack perspective, like smaller skewed things. Like if
First next business, that's how they film it. What we do, like in Beast Games, for example, we had 1,000 contestants, more than any show in history, and we put a camera rolling 24/7 in front of all of them.
Yeah, and it's so much more work, but they're combing through like thousands of hours of footage to then map it in a way that it is like movie-esque, and so it feels scripted.
So they can just be themselves, right? Which is why we actually have the literal Guinness.
Like, the majority of people get cut out. Like, you know how many people are probably in Mr. Beast videos, and they literally just fucking ramble for hours to the camera, and then none of it makes it onto the video? Because they're boring. Like, they didn't add what they thought would be good.
Record for most cameras ever used in a single production. And the reason why shows don't do that is because I had to set up 1,000 cameras, which is millions of dollars. We actually broke the world record for most cables ran in a single production for cameras, which is millions of dollars. I just said.
Were you in a Mr. Beast vid? Yeah, one that never made it to his channel. Only like it's like 1 in 4 videos get cut, or 1 in 3 videos get cut.
A control room, which is millions of dollars. And then the downstream effects, because you have 1,000 cameras recording, you now have millions upon millions of dollars in storage. I had petabytes on petabytes of footage. I mean, you're talking 1,000 cameras running for hours upon hours upon hours, day after day, filming all these contestants. And then the downstream effect is I then have to hire over 130 editors to shift through the footage, and we're editing for so long compared to any other competition show. And it's millions of dollars every step of the way, and it's so much effort. But the reason we do that is because unlike other shows, I don't have to go, hey, this is your 10-minute filming window, say these lines, all right, we're good. I can just leave the cameras running. And we spend all this money on infrastructure so we can just capture the contestants.
Yeah, I feel like that is the one thing that they do better. You know how like you watch like Big Brother or Survivor, and during the competition it'll cut to somebody and they're like, I just got to keep my arms up. I know I could do this. Like they're interviewing them after the fact and telling them to talk like they're in the present tense. Like that's scripted. Like that's right. And I'm not defending Mr. Beast videos. Like there are clearly points where like they want it to go a certain way in like when it's not 500 contestants, it's like less people. They'll be like, hey, like we're going to tip the scales in this manner. But like they don't do that. Like where it's like, hey, oh, I really got to like lock in here for this. It's like, I know I could do it. Like, brother, it happened like 2 hours ago.
In the contestants, them being themselves, right? And I don't have to fake anything. But that's the kind of stuff that people don't see and they don't understand, but that's what you feel. And that's why I think partially why people gravitate towards our videos, because they can tell they're authentic and they can tell it's not scripted like normal reality shows, but they can't put it to words if you ask them. And in my opinion, this is why. It's because we go infinitely above and beyond 100x what anyone else would. So contestants can just be themselves, and we're recording all the time, and then we can just show an actual true reflection of what happened and not have to craft things in a short window. Can Mr. Beast buy the NFL? Can he buy the NFL? I already bought the NFL. What are you talking about? I bet maybe 2% of people watching this understand that joke. To the other 98% of you, just know that if you are a part of the 2%, you would think that's funny. Mr. Beast, Game Season 2. It's my brand new show that just dropped. We
know!
Cash prize. It's big. That's indoor. We went. Oh, I thought it was. Nah. Oh well.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a fun video. I liked him answering those questions, but I already probably mentioned Mr. Beast Game Season 2 3 times. I know, Jibby. I'll watch it. First thumbnail, Mr. Beast, where he's not photoshopped. What? Where they like gloss over his face? My editor will do that for me too. All right, yo, I mean, most people don't realize that, like, the majority of the products that you have are, like, made through child labor. Like, not majority, but a lot. Like, the shoes you're wearing, there's a chance that a kid made those shoes. Like, the phone that you have, probably a chance a kid was involved in the making of that phone. Like, so I don't want to say it's, like, nitpicked on certain things, but, like, well, somebody said Temu. What, like Temu products? What do you mean?
Do them, but those are just more what I just use my money to make change instead of giving it to other people to make change, I guess. But a large part of it right now is trying to get as many of the 1.5 million kids in illegal child labor and chocolate out of it through Feastables. And then the other side is, I just think it's weird that in America there are people who their only hope of seeing, walking, hearing is that a YouTuber steps in and pays for stuff, which is like silly.
I mean, that's even more of an issue for just like healthcare in general, not just in the United States, but like the world, dude. Like people don't have the money to, get the medical aid that they need, and their governments won't help them.
So that's right now most of where my focus has been in terms of helping people. What is Mr. Beast's favorite YouTube video? This might seem like a weird one. I bet most people listening to this will have no idea what I'm saying. But there's this YouTuber back in the day called Technoblade, and he had this series where he tried to farm the most potatoes on a server, more potatoes than this squid guy. People who don't play Minecraft are gonna think
I've seen Technoblade, but I don't know that potato video.
Crazy, but as a grown man saying this is my favorite video, but
dude, that Technoblade video was so sad. Like, obviously rip Technoblade and fuck cancer, but I remember it was the summer, and I saw the video, and it was his dad reading the words that Techno wrote. And that was so sad. But, like, what a good message he had, man. Like, you know, the fucking, dude, he was, like, in his early 20s. Like, the fucking guts you have to have and the heart you have to be able to make that, like, profound of a message knowing you're gonna die. How old was he? I think he died at, what, like, 23, 24? 23, yeah.
He passed away, but he was very, very funny and charismatic. And that video, it's
yeah,
just...
he was as old as me.
So freaking funny how he just farms millions of potatoes over the course of months, but somehow makes it incredibly entertaining. And I find myself watching that like once a year, and it's always inspirational. All right, what we got next? Will Mr. Beast hit 1 billion subscribers?
No.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No. Dude, he said that is so far. If he ever hit 1 billion, okay, 1 billion subscribers wouldn't be 1 billion people because there would be people that have multiple accounts. But like, bro, if he had 1 billion subs, that'd be like 700 million people. That would be like a very noticeable fraction of the earth subscribing to Mr. Beast. Probably eventually. If Mr. Beast does YouTube for the next like 10 years, maybe. But I think that's like unfeasible. That would have to be just like straight botted accounts.
Pretty cool. Even what I have already, 450 million subscribers. It's freaking.
Oh my God, I thought he was at 300. He's at 400 million right now. How many subs does he gain a day? Or a month? Let me check his social blade. He gains 6 million subs a month. So that's 72 million a year. If he kept on that rate, he would hit it within 10 years. Dude, he gains almost like 1.5x my total sub goal in 1 month. Conservatively, because he gets boosted with larger events, true. Like every big event, like he hasn't really done a big event on YouTube this month. Like if he does a big event, then he gains way more.
I mean, that is such an unfathomably large number. Like I'm already more.
You're 3 mil? I'm at like 4.06 or something.
More than grateful for what I have. I mean, I have more followers, more, you know, people who watch my content than I ever could have dreamed of when I was a little kid. So will Mr. Beast hit 1 billion subscribers? I hope, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I already have more than I ever thought I would in terms of viewership and fans. And so, yeah, I guess we'll see. Our Mr. Beast game scripted. Our Mr. Beast game scripted. Why are we Googling this? No, they are not. Oh my gosh, I spend so many millions of dollars to make my videos where I don't have to do that kind of stuff where, all right, here, brace yourselves. Here's the deal. In most giant competition shows, what they would do is, like, if you're a contestant, most shows would...
They're not scripted, but they kind of want it to go a certain way. Does that make sense? It's not rigging, but it's like, they don't want the video to suck. So they're going to be like, how can we somehow tip the scale in a way that this will maybe go the way we want it to? But I mean, there's instances where it's like obviously unscripted. Like even for the Prime show, like when that girl ran off after he was explaining the rules and he didn't give her another try and was like, sorry, your team's out. Like that's not scripted. Like that woman just fucked her whole team. Like... that girl just screwed everybody over, right? Like, it just happened. Like, that happens. Like, that's not like, oh, they paid that woman to do that. Like, that just happened. She got nothing for it.
Have a camera guy or woman walk up to you and film you, and then a story producer stand behind the camera and be like, hey, we need you to say these lines, or you're kind of the villain, or you're the good guy, or whatever. They'd, you know, the camera guy would film you for 5-10 minutes, done. Go to the next person, next person. That's how they film it. What we do, like in Beast Games, for example, we had 1,000 contestants, more than any show in history, and we put a camera rolling 24/7 in front of all of them.
Yeah, and it's so much more work, but they're combing through like thousands of hours of footage to then map it in a way that it is like movie-esque, and so it feels scripted.
So they can just be themselves, right? Which is why we actually have the literal Guinness.
Like the majority of people get cut out. Like, you know how many people are probably in Mr. Beast videos and they literally just fucking ramble for hours to the camera and then none of it makes it onto the video because they're boring. Like they didn't add what they thought would be good.
Record for most cameras ever used in a single production. And the reason why shows don't do that is because I had to set up 1,000 cameras, which is millions of dollars. We actually broke the world record for most cables ran in a single production for cameras, which is millions of dollars. I just said.
Were you in a Mr. Beast vid? Yeah, one that never made it to his channel. Only like it's like 1 in 4 videos get cut, or 1 in 3 videos get cut.
A control room, which is millions of dollars. And then the downstream effects, because you have 1,000 cameras recording, you now have millions upon millions of dollars in storage. I had petabytes on petabytes of footage. I mean, you're talking 1,000 cameras running for hours upon hours upon hours, day after day, filming all these contestants. And then the downstream effect is I then have to hire over 130 editors to ship through the footage, and we're editing for so long compared to any other competition show. And it's millions of dollars every step of the way, and it's so much effort. But the reason we do that is because unlike other shows, I don't have to go, hey, this is your 10-minute filming window, say these lines, all right, we're good. I can just leave the cameras running. And we spend all this money on infrastructure so we can just capture the contestants.
Yeah, I feel like that is the one thing that they do better. You know how like you watch like Big Brother or Survivor, and during the competition it'll cut to somebody and they're like, I just got to keep my arms up. I know I could do this. Like they're interviewing them after the fact and telling them to talk like they're in the present tense. Like that's scripted. Like that's right. And I'm not defending Mr. Beast videos. Like there are clearly points where like they want it to go a certain way in like when it's not 500 contestants, it's like less people. They'll be like, hey, like we're going to tip the scales in this manner. But like they don't do that. Like where it's like, hey, oh, I really got to like lock in here for this. It's like, I know I could do it. Like, brother, it happened like 2 hours ago.
In the contestants, them being themselves, right? And I don't have to fake anything. That's the kind of stuff that people don't see and they don't understand, but that's what you feel. And that's why I think partially why people gravitate towards our videos, because they can tell they're authentic and they can tell it's not scripted like normal reality shows, but they can't put it to words if you ask them. And in my opinion, this is why. It's because we go infinitely above and beyond 100x what anyone else would. So contestants can just be themselves, and we're recording all the time, and then we can just show an actual true reflection of what happened and not have to craft things in a short window. Can Mr. Beast buy the NFL? Can he buy the NFL? I already bought the NFL. What are you talking about? I bet maybe 2% of people watching this understand that joke. To the other 98% of you, just know that if you are a part of the 2%, you would think that's funny. Mr. Beast, Game Season 2. It's my brand new show that just dropped. We
know!
Cash prize. It's big. That's indoor. We went. Oh, I thought it would snap. Oh well.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a fun video. I liked him answering those questions, but I already probably mentioned Mr. Beast Game Season 2 3 times. I know, Jibby. I'll watch it. First thumbnail, Mr. Beast, where he's not photoshopped. What? Where they like gloss over his face? My editor will do that for me too. All right, yo, Kevin. Come on. Why didn't he read them their Miranda rights? I'm not really caring about that right now, big dog. I think these people are clearly going to fucking jail.
If it's wrong to admit now, I should have killed you a long time
Oh,
ago.
shit. This is... Okay, so this is just the other POV.
You first
Okay,
beat me
we're done. We're done.
It's more worth it than losing my son. I wish
Okay.
he was the one dead.
You got a bra on, I see?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna search my body cameras now, okay?
This is fine. He was dead. He deserves to be dead.
Okay. Have a seat.
Bro, don't tell me the video just fucking ends, dude.
Just step out this way.
Stand right here. Who deserves to be dead? She said she wish she would have killed the husband.
We're gonna take all his clothes right now.
Okay.
Take a shoot.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna book him right now. We can sell
Well, we're gonna book one of his warrants. He got 2 warrants out of us.
Okay, well, we can book them later.
Okay.
I mean, I guess they don't want to book right now at all.
Okay.
So,
That works. Place your hands on the counter for me. They just called?
That's what Randall told me.
Okay.
Don't book them right now. Only sell them.
Okay. Was that like sometime between when I was en route here?
He just told me that already.
Okay. Okay, that works. Do me a favor. Can I take off your piercings? You don't want the piercings, right? Just the clothing. So what we're gonna have you do? You're gonna take off all your clothing. We're gonna give you this little white jumpsuit.
Take the clothing off. No. Okay.
Okay. Can I take off your hoodie, please? Set it down right here. Okay. Take off your shoes. Need you to take off your belt as well.
While Jonathan kept a straight face, no emotions, no remorse, it's quite the opposite for the mother who wouldn't stop crying in the police lobby.
Let's not do that, okay?
Side chirp from the cop there. Yeah, he's dead. I mean, what the fuck? I see, I don't want to say, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole to, like, in this situation, but it's like, she's just saying the same thing over and over again. Like, she didn't know the kid was dead. Like, the kid's been dead. Like, maybe she wasn't fucking coming to terms with it and just ignored it until the cops showed up, but... Bro, the video's just gonna end. I'm gonna fucking freak out. I need to know what happened. You're dead ass.
In the end, Jonathan was sentenced to 24 to 50 years on a charge of second-degree murder and
wow. Wow.
86 months to 10 years on a second-degree child abuse charge. Sierra Zaitona was also sentenced to 24 to 50 years for second-degree murder and 43 months to 10 years for second-degree
God damn, dude.
child abuse.
Second-degree murder and 10 years. 10 years. Dude, she could be in jail. She's going to be in jail for the rest of her life. Not saying she shouldn't be, by the way, but wow. I want to read the comments, sorry. Anybody over here a hungry baby? Pretty impossible to forget. Yeah, actually, though. 2-year-old child starving. Bro, you're going to be hearing that. You're going to be hearing that. I don't care if you got a headset on and you're fucking streaming. That's going to be the loudest thing ever. Looking at your phone, supposedly crying for your dead baby's wild to me. Forgets to feed the child. Remember to put one of those stupid cat ears. Actually. Remembers to fucking change the OBS scenes. Can't feed her kid. Can't afford to feed the child, but can afford color hair, tattoos, streaming setup, and fake animal ears. Actually. Like a $3,000 PC setup. Literally zero chance she was making that much, too, to be like, oh, yeah, this is definitely fucking worth. That's so upset. I used to be able to get a Chipotle burrito for like $12. Literally, it was like $10 for a full, like a fat one.
Sizes. Which, to be fair, if you flip the bill, or if
Dude, back at my college in 2012, we used to be able to get oh, okay, bro.
if you're sitting there and you're like, this is not near what I used to get, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying fucking whip out your phone and pester a 16-year-old to be like, more. But if it works.
That's what I'm saying, man. These hacks. I'd say, let me get behind the counter and show you how it's done. And I grab her by the hips and ladle.
Just know I said 16-year-old girl.
Oh, no, sorry.
Let's talk, oh, Jesus. Let's talk about the Subway downfall. Well, Subway just opened two. There's videos about that, about how the majority of them close because they opened far too many Subways. Subway has always been a regular, very par hoagie spot. Like, nobody, I've never glazed Subway.
I said 16, just literally for the
46-year-old, 46-year-old.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. 30 more years, 30 more years, Hunter. The workers themselves hate having phones constantly in their faces, saying it only adds more unnecessary stress to the job. However, that means nothing to a person when a deal is on the table. Despite the visible discomfort of employees, people would continue filming workers and uploading videos to social.
God, that's so fucking weird. That's so fucking weird. You pull up, you're filming a minimum wage employee being like, bro, because then they're put in a bind because, dude, they want to give you good shit. Like, that's, I feel like that's where, okay, that, I get it. I get it. Because you film the employee has to give you a better scoop or the business looks bad and they won't get in trouble. But, dude, you really think the guy behind the counter is like openly stingy for the multi-billion-dollar Chipotle business? Like, he wants to give you as many scoops as you would ask for, but he'd get fired if he gives you too many because they like weigh that shit out and they go, we sold this many, where we're missing 4 pounds of chicken.
Social media to document the results. Stuff like this.
Damn. Take some more.
You know what they really need to do? Oh, God, no, see, because then they wouldn't have people do this. You need a robot to measure this shit out, bro, so people can't complain. And I eat Chipotle all the time. You need, like, a fucking scale that just weighs the amount of chicken. Instead of, like, you having a 19-year-old eyeball a chicken scoop.
Is extra? Does that seem fun? If I'm behind somebody, even as a customer, I'd be like,
nah, and I'm gonna be rude. If I'm a Chipotle employee and I give them the scoop that I've been trained to give them, and he's holding his fucking phone in my face going, nah, damn, can I get extra? No. Then I'm fighting for Chipotle because you just pissed me the fuck off. then I'm going, no. Yeah, just ask, like the way he's, because if you're that guy, I'm going, bro, just ask. Like, I'll give you a little more. They have security cameras. Like, it's not like you're getting fired then? Bro, for one little fucking scoop, you think I don't know. I don't know how stingy the CEOs or the managers of Chipotle's are. Probably pretty heavily. Seeing that they'll like literally like scoop off rice. You see that shit? Oh my God.
No, see, I feel like I'd have to be like, what a dick, right? I have to side with the person. Because then I'm like, okay, well, now I'm getting the aftermath of that fucking tornado. They're pissed off. What a jerk. What a grade A bully that guy was, right? Also, I hate
what a grade A bully that guy was. Could I have a Sofritas bowl? Make it extra. What a dickhead that guy was. I'll just have a chicken burrito. Pull out your fucking phone and do the same exact thing.
People took things to the extremes and began bringing in entire film crews.
Is that a green screen?
Professional camera.
Oh my God.
Cameras, boom mics, and lighting, which is kind of fun. Another common method is to simply complain about your
That's funny though.
Food. And for some places, the age-old rule of the customer's always right can lead to restaurants bending over backwards for even the most obnoxious guests. This is likely because the restaurants want to avoid getting negative reviews from petty customers, which can lead to lower revenue as a whole, and many older people admit to taking advantage of this by
Best restaurants have 3-star reviews. That's a fact. If you want to go to a restaurant, best restaurants have 3 stars, and you just ignore the people that complain, because the people that complain, dude, you gotta keep in mind, you are far more likely to leave a bad review than a good one. So if you look at a restaurant and they have 3 stars, that doesn't mean that that restaurant's actually 3 stars. That means there was an annoying amount of people that were just pissed off and left a shitty review. Like, you're so much more likely to leave a bad one than a good one. And I don't like how some businesses, and I know you need to farm that, but like, I just feel like the rating system's so skewed on Yelp or anything, because businesses, you'll have places that get bad reviews from people that are just stuck up Karens. And then you'll have places that get good reviews, not because the place is super good, but because the business is like, oh, you get a percentage off or a free drink, review us on Yelp and you get a free dessert. What the fuck? Like, so now it's just you're getting a 5-star, but not because your business is actually a 5-star restaurant. It's because you're offering people incentives to do that shit. It's the same thing with like apps. Like if you review an app on the App Store, they might give you like free gems in a game or some shit.
I've seen people do that before, but I also don't like this thing. I hate the idea that you're like, I ordered something, it's wrong, and I should just deal with it. You know what I mean? I've gotten shamed before. Just fine, just deal with it. Like a completely different item. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're like,
no, completely different item, send it back. But I have judged some of my friends for sending back items that I think was a little extreme. Like, say you order a burger, and here's 2 examples. You order a burger. You go, I just want meat and cheese. They give you meat, cheese, and lettuce. Just take the lettuce off. Take the tomato off. Now they give you meat, cheese, lettuce, mayo, and an aioli, and it's doused in that shit. I'm going, this is wrong. Like, there's certain order fuck-ups that are just deal with it. And there's certain order fuck-ups that are, yeah, send it back. They messed it up.
don't want any lettuce on it. And it comes to lettuce, just take the fucking lettuce. It's not the end of the world.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think it really varies.
I'm saying that, like, hey, can I have a sirloin? And I get fish and chips. And they're like,
yeah, no, say something.
There you go. I mean, and I'm like, they're like, just, it's fine. It's good. I'm like, that's not what I ordered. Like, is this not, like, come on.
When I was working at Papa Murphy's.
I think it's certain ones like, here's an example that's a real coin toss. You order shrimp at a restaurant. They can come in hot and cold. You order hot, they come cold. You send them back. That's a toss of the coin. Am I feeling the cold shrimp? That's an example where it's like, I don't know. I don't know what you do there, right? Like you got the right item, but prepared in the wrong way. Oh my God, the worst fucker I've ever seen was at an Outback Steakhouse. I know this video is going to be 2 hours long, by the way, YouTube. Sorry. I went to an Outback Steakhouse, and I was eating, and it was this couple on a date. And this guy kept ordering a T-bone or some sort of fat-ass steak. He'd cut into it, send it back, say it wasn't cooked right. They'd bring him another one. So he sent one back. Cut it in. It's not right. Send it back. Now they've thrown out 2 steaks. Maybe the chefs are eating them in the back, but at least 2 that they're not going to make money on and maybe in the trash or not. They send it back again. He comes with a 3rd steak. He goes, it's not cooked right. They go. Manager comes out. Sir. We put a thermometer in the steaks to cook them to a specific temperature. I understand ideally on the color vision that they don't look the way that you want them to. But I assure you, it is cooked to the temperature of medium rare or whatever he ordered. And the woman that's sitting across from him, I'm going, she's getting the ick. If they're together, woof. If they're, I don't know if it was a date or what, but in my head, I'm like, yo, this guy's a fucking douchebag. Like, how bad of a steak would you have to have? That's an example. How badly cooked of a steak off do you send it back? If you order medium rare and they give you medium, I'm not sending it back. If I order medium rare and they give me raw or like medium well, I'm going, this shit's overcooked, right? But it has to be well out of the range. Like if I ordered a medium steak, they give me medium rare, medium, or medium wellish, I'm keeping it. I'm not going to go, oh no, I'm not going to eat this. Like it's not necessarily the best steak and you're also at a fucking Outback Steakhouse, dick. You're at a chain restaurant. This isn't some fucking Jeff Ruby's 5-star fucking dinner spot, Gordon Ramsay's house. You're getting a fucking steak at an Australian dupe restaurant in New Jersey. You're in New Jersey. Welcome to Outback Steakhouse. How can I help you? What the fuck? And you're sitting here going, oh, my steak's not right. Oh, my God.
This haunts me. One time I wondered if I accidentally served a pizza that fell on the floor to someone.
The funniest story Nick has ever told is when he said he was on acid working at this pizza place and he was sweating all over the pizzas. Because he was like panicking and he was profusely sweating on them and then just throwing them in the oven and having to cook them anyway.
I wondered if I accidentally served a pizza that fell on the floor to someone. I don't know.
How did you mix that? You would tell. You would be able to know, even if it's a frozen pizza, Nick. Or actually, it's a you would be like, okay, well, it's all smeared. The ingredients don't look right. It's all unorganized. Is that the one that? Also, what establishment are you running where you're taking the pizza off the floor and putting it back on a prep area for it?
Yo, why are you putting a floor pizza next to a regular one so there's even a chance of getting them mixed up?
Not just go from the floor into the trash.
Oh, so what happened was I was holding it in one hand and I pulled out the wrapping paper and it like fell. And I don't know
on the floor.
I don't know if it fell on the floor or on the table. I don't remember.
So you're changing your story already. Was there weight and all of a sudden the pizza got lighter? Probably on the floor. The eat and return stunt is the one that restaurant workers have to put up with the most. One woman filmed herself entering a Papa John's she'd ordered from earlier that day to return 2 pizzas. The manager was visibly annoyed.
That's 3 different pizzas that she like put. Dude, pizzas, you can eat 1 slice and return it. If you eat more than 1 slice, you liked it enough to go back for seconds. You cannot return it.
Saying as there was only a couple slices remaining in each box.
And then you ate all of those. You know, they didn't like it because it's very dry.
This bulletproof argument from the customer was shockingly not accepted by the tyrannical man behind the counter. Which, to be fair,
and then she posts that shit on TikTok thinking everybody's going to agree with her. On fucking Facebook. Is this guy not a dickhead?
What's the, if you had a pizza, is it 1 bite? Is it 1 slice, 2 slices? Couldn't.
1 slice. I would let you eat a whole slice and say it was bad. I would say maybe like if it was that bad, you got to return it. Why are you eating the whole slice? But 1 slice of pizza, you could return it.
I think you get 1 slice. You got to go through because it fooled me once. Shame on you. And if I eat 2 more, shame on me. One waitress rants about a couple that swindled them multiple times in one night. The woman sent back a plate of fully eaten fries and half-eaten burgers, got it comped, and replaced it with shrimp pasta her partner ordered. Then they both said they're—
Yeah, no, something similar. I mean, you could go, maybe I don't like that. Yo, that's what I gotta say. If you go, I don't like this item, hey, you ordered it. You chose this at this restaurant. If you go, this burger's fucked, send it back, they make you another one, fine. But you go, oh, actually, I'm going to get something entirely different. Maybe you going like burger to steak, whatever. No, burger, I'm going to get the shrimp scampi now. What are we at, a fucking buffet?
This continued until the couple had been comped for nearly 7 separate meals. I have never been a waiter before, but I'm curious if anybody in the comments, a waiter or waitress, can you just be like, we can't serve you anymore?
I would say—
Or do you have to? Legally?
No, you do.
There's probably a rule based on the restaurant. At some point, I assume the waitress or waiter has to go to the manager. Like, if you comp 1 or 2 items, that's fine. After the 4th plate you send back, I assume you're going, I need to go talk to my manager. Like, you've just basically gotten $100 of free food. What does comp mean? Like, it's free. Like, if you ordered shrimp scampi, it's $25. You eat half of it and say it's ass. I go, it's comped. You don't pay for it. You still got to eat it.
I think after the
Really?
second one, yeah, you don't have to. What I do is be like, obviously we're not, our food's not up to your standard, free meal.
Yeah, comp, have a nice day. Well, it seems counterintuitive to be like, well, they're going to keep doing this, right?
I also think you have to buy something. Is that a fair thing to say? If you're at a restaurant, I feel like I might be having some shit takes right now, but I don't really care. If you're at a restaurant, you eat half a burger, all the fries, and send it back. Number one, I think you shouldn't be able to send it back. You've eaten too much of the meal. You're over the 50% rule for a burger. And you ate all the fries. You send it back, you can't go, but he says it's Christian rock. But no, none of it's rap or rock. Clean your tongue. Bro, it's because I had coffee and an energy drink. I have a tongue fucking scraper now. Stop saying ew.
Folks up above.
Now, memes about coworker music are almost purely mockery. If somebody's calling your song burger music, like the shit they would play at a millennial burger shop with their starter pack, it's most definitely a diss. And I'll say the artist making the coworker music will perceive it as a diss. Being a coworker is really just—
yeah, no, it's definitely an insult.
It's another way of saying but. Even though if you have coworkers, you're a coworker, but we all the main characters in our lives. Now, a lot of songs have been given the title of coworker music. Some that you would recognize would be songs like Thick of It.
If I laugh, hang up.
I don't think, okay, Thick of It's not coworker music, but who's genuinely like jamming out to KSI?
I'm in the thick of it, everybody.
Which I would say actually ended up having a net positive for KSI, even though he seemed like he hated people
It just gets listens, bro. It's views.
trolling him for it.
Pressed over it being a meme or?
Yes.
Why are you?
Because it's my music. Bo, I don't think you understand. When you spend your time, hours in the studio, working on beats, working on music, working on lyrics.
They know me where it snows. I skied in and they froze. I do not know nothing about no ice. I'm just cold.
But I swear people have to be trolling KSI all times. Right now it's a leaving the Sidemen shit, but I'm convinced he has.
Oh my god, I'm making the YouTube short stuff. Oh, did you find it? What is this? It's it. You found it.
Hey, do you think I like to talk too fast? Yeah, I can talk too fast. Yeah, let's do it. I want to talk too fast. So people have know what I'm going for.
But like, I see these videos every day. This has 5 likes. I see these videos every day. I don't know how I found this. Oh, because he has bigger ones like this.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, good. I like to talk to you.
But like, how is it Christian rap? He doesn't ever talk about God. It's like every video he's like rapping about something that's not. It's like, oh, nice to meet you, I like you, or something like that. It's just a normal conversation.
It's the worst fan base ever. And another piece of coworker music. I'm running all over the place, blue in the face. Which I would say is low-key the better side of coworker music. It was just kind of cringe. It wasn't necessarily bad. And do not take that as I'm bumping this
that shit is bubonic
behind closed doors. Never that. Y'all are not.
Bro, see, no, that's that's literally no.
Never that.
No, you can't flash that. What the fuck is that?
Y'all are not ready for my playlist. But the guy who made this song
insane.
Leaned into the memes, and not in a cringy, I'm trying to show you that I don't care, so I'm just gonna make fun of myself way.
I am become meme.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, see, then that's so cringe. I am become meme. What the fuck does that mean?
But I've never really seen somebody be discouraged from music after being memed, which I think they've realized something that a lot of people need to, and that's the fact that there's a market for everything.
So you guys here for the Dax concert? Yep. Oh yeah, this is perfect. That's what I like to hear. You guys real Dax fans or? Yeah. Real Dax fans?
Even if somebody's exploring something creative that to you is the worst thing in the world.
No, I'm just kidding. I got a buddy out in the city, boys, they hate it.
Someone is gonna mess with it. So being overly negative and telling people to like quit, it's just never really been the answer.
Dude, no, I thought Dax makes meme songs. He has actual concerts. I don't know, dude. He started out on, it was like TikTok stuff, like duet shit.
What I see
where he'd be rapping into a bottle of hot sauce
pretty often is somebody that's had success in music.
His music isn't a meme, it's dead ass. Bro, okay, but he had one song that was like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was like, okay, this is a meme, but it's kind of funny. Oh, dude, did he like hard pivot to like Christianity? Because half these songs are about God.
It just randomly get switched up on and be memed. And my examples today.
Clock strikes 12. Midnight arrives.
It will be Hobo Johnson and
they sharpen your knives.
NF and Dax. Mount Rushmore of coworker music if Mount Rushmore had 3 heads. And these guys just make the music that's easy to make fun of. Which all I have to say is somebody's gotta do it. So respect to all the artists putting music out there for all the co-workers. But what I think is crazy is you could be randomly going about your day, and some interviewer guy could ask you a question. A camera can catch you courtside of a WNBA game. You could have a questionable reaction to a young woman dancing, and all of a sudden you're a front page meme on TikTok. And again, this can be a good or bad thing depending on the person. Some of you might recognize this guy. If you don't, this young gentleman right here is the blueprint.
I think girls like this kind of stuff, like a bad boys, not a good guys. So I try to be a little bit bad boy.
If this was anybody else that ended up saying this and getting memed, they would be getting slaughtered. But this is Gary Singh we're talking about. It just comes across so innocent. Instead of some grown-ass man talking about how he's a bad boy.
I call this bad boy just badass. It's clean, it's simple, but it's an incredible way to still be...
While there is some straggling haters, they just don't understand that this is the realest guy ever. He even had to clear up what kind of a bad boy he is.
But yeah, kind of. But not really hurt or harm people, not anything else. But just on a dance floor, I'm a bad boy.
what, dude, he has like 3 pounds of items in his pockets.
And they did a post-meme interview, and it didn't show the horrors of being memed. He talked about all the positivity that he's been receiving.
I got a lot of compliments, like a lot of comments, and they say, who's Messi? Gary's the GOAT.
So would you...
Bro, the kids that have it the worst, the Costco guys, and the 6'7" kid. The 6'7" kid, if he joins a fraternity when he's in college, he will be in hell. That will be the worst year of his life. Is that That'll be, oh my God. Or you're fucking Big Justice. Imagine you're Big Justice, you decide he's probably not going to go to college. But you're Big Justice, you decide to go to college. Do the boom dance. Say the chicken bake line. We're Costco guys. They're throwing fucking eggs at him. Throwing eggs at him in a dark basement. Do it again. Chicken bake. I love the chicken bake.
Look at that. In the right situations, there is some positives to getting memed.
No, I think the Rizzler has a chance of becoming a baby Brent from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But realistically, I think the Rizzler's a more respected meme. You know, he's been on the Theo Von podcast. It's the Rizzler's more of a person. I feel like, if I'm being honest, I think if the Rizzler ever went to college and he joined a frat, I think they would praise him rather than egg him.
Sensational.
And then there's
like everyone would want the Rizzler.
Also this clip.
Oh,
now this is just bad looks if I've ever seen bad looks. And what's even worse is he's not helping himself.
About like 10. See, the oh shit came from, you know, like oh shit, like you see that.
Yeah, I've seen enough. Pack him up. But being mean for saying or doing something cringe.
Oh, this one too.
So corny. That happens to so many people now that I really think about it. Like that bit tough.
Yeah, that bit tough.
He even got a post-meme interview.
Why did you say Dabiga?
Because that's just like how I talk and that's how I grew up. So like that was like the first thing that came to mind.
But being mean for
I love the way Hoopify talks, bro.
saying a phrase has to suck, especially if it's for the way that you said it. Like people making fun of how you said it, but you're also constantly getting asked to say it over and over again. I would lose my mind. But anywho, there's also memes like TikTok Riz Party, I'm no longer in the US. But what all these memes have failed to do is capitalize to the level of Hawk Tua. Now, if all things go to plan,
yeah, Hawk Tua had a run. I think they had an unbelievable run. I think the Hawk Tua girl, Low Taper Fade, 6'7" are probably the big three in the last like 3-4 years.
This video is titled The Horrors of Being Memed. Now, this wasn't horrific for Haley Welch, maybe besides a few clips.
Do you really, Hawk Tung, or were you just having a laugh there?
What a stupid fucking question. I mean, what type of dud podcast? So do you like actually like fucking suck dick, or like was that a joke?
Just having a laugh there.
So you're not a spitter.
So like you're not actually like Hawk Tuaing, are you?
Ew, nigga. But I think Haley Welch capitalized on her meme like nobody has ever.
Bro, you're 40. That's what she should have said. Bro, you're 40. Hang up with a call.
Done. And she stayed relevant for a longer time than any meme should ever be relevant because she just fully leaned into it.
You really gotta put your emphasis. Yeah.
Bro, 60 actually.
You're not saying Tua. You're saying Tuh. You know, like you gotta really put.
Oh my God, the podcast with what's his fucking name? Oh my God, the comedian.
Put your back into it.
Not just
the body pillow.
Fully leaned into it. As a matter of
Matt Rife.
fact, expanded it.
Matt Rife and his smile. That's like a CS flashbang.
Like Hawk Tua and Talk Tua are arguably two separate memes. She even had merch that she was making money from, which let me find out one of you have a Hawk Tua shirt.
Bro, she had a Spirit Halloween costume. I remember that year I went to Spirit Halloween, there was a Hawk Tua outfit. I'm like, is she getting fucking money from this?
And just Talk Tua by itself, as hard as it is to listen to, still definitely made a bag. And as her time was expiring and it was time to move on to the next meme,
rug pull a meme coin.
She hit the meanest crypto rug pull and dipped with the money. But the crazy part is Haley Welch was not some sort of marketing genius. She just had management that rinsed of every possible dollar that she can make and then blinded her to a crypto scam.
My TikTok, and the next thing I know, oh, yep, Haley Welch is going to jail. And I was like, what did I do? Why am I going to jail, you know?
But how can you stay mad at Hawk Tua? She has that same southern accent as that one little black kid trying to say Matilda.
Name, just like...
Matilda.
Madilda.
I mean...
Madia?
Matita.
Matita.
Matilda.
Matilda.
Now the movie?
That's a movie.
Yeah, it's a book too.
But anyways, other people have attempted to capitalize off their memes, and not in a ninja dragging the low taper fade way. TK, the guy that pretty much invented 6'7", which I know it's 2026, we're done with that 6'7" shit, but let me do this real quick. He launched 6'7 Water, and that was a massive success, which
that was a success?
Was really following in the footsteps of Prime, the most successful memed product ever. So, you know, message of the video, be memed, but at your own risk.
Her name is Megan.
Dude, St. Don, banger video after banger video. Holy. Buy 2 monthly, good upload schedule.
things really complicated, considering that they're always trying to sell balloons at the front of their store. Just one parent trying to buy a balloon for their child that they love will completely f over an entire shift at Dollar General. Not to mention that since there's only 2 people working, you basically have to do everything. You ring people up, you stock the shelves, you clean. Go to any grocery store, they have like 40 people doing all those jobs. There are people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year who don't even work remotely as hard. Former dollar store employees report being expected to work long hours with little or no overtime. So not only is this wildly exploitative, it's also extremely unsafe.
No bathroom breaks, potentially, as well.
Without time to take care of stocking, the merchandise piles up in the aisles. I don't know if you've been to a dollar store.
That's what I experienced at that $1
recently, but it looks like a fucking bomb went off. And federal safety inspections have repeatedly found
Yeah, no, they are always dirty, dude. There's always like parts of the store that are just like closed.
blocked exit routes, fire hazards, and unsafely stacked merchandise. In 2024, Dollar General paid a $12 million fine to the government for workplace safety violations. And nothing changed. They were just like, yeah, we do that shit. Here's the money for it, but we're not it's way cheaper to just not pay these people than it is to pay you guys, so fuck it. But a blocked exit is the least of your worries at the dollar store. Because of their lack of security and small numbers of employees, they get robbed all the fucking time. There's
What are you robbing from a Dollar General that's of value at all? The cash register with fucking $9.38 in it.
Any 50-50 coin flip. If you walk into a dollar store, it's currently in the middle of a mugging. In Dayton, Ohio, 81 criminal incidents were counted by police at dollar stores in 2023. And while the majority of them involved theft, several
go into the Dollar General, rob them from everything. We just got $38. $38 and we stole 2 things, the detergent for free.
Several of them were robberies. Robberies are...
I could do 27 dishwasher cycles and fucking 15 laundry loads.
Incredibly common at the dollar store. And I know they're an easy target because they got one dude called Todd running the shop, but how much money could you squeeze out of a fucking dollar store? I'm sure they have $20 in cash behind the register, but man, they think it might be worth it because people die a lot during these. According to data from the Gun Violence Archive, 172 people have been injured in Dollar General stores since 2014, and nearly 50 have died. That's too many. I mean, death is always a tragedy, but we're averaging 5 a year here. One Ohio Dollar General employee named Dave Dukes actually experienced 3 armed robberies, so many that the company sent him to other stores in the region to train employees on how to handle themselves while a gun is being pointed at them. But after his 3rd robbery...
Yo, I'm quitting that fucking job, bro. What? If you have a training lesson as like a part of your, like, you just got the job and it's like part of your training is like, okay, so when the guy eventually comes in here and tries to rob you, just put your hands up, keep it calm.
Dukes hit his limit and he started bringing a gun to work. I don't fucking blame him. And of course, he got robbed again at Dollar General and he fucking shot the dude and killed somebody. All of this over cotton candy Faygo. All right, this is bad.
Did he get in trouble for bringing a gun to work, though?
This was not as fun as I thought it was going to be. We got to make this fun. Okay, goofy dollar store names in other countries. That's more like it. Okay, we'll end on a fun note. We'll just talk about this, how the Europeans name their dumb shit. In Germany, you get 1 hero shop, which is pretty boring. Japan has 100 yen shops, which is kind of fun. I don't get why Asian...
100 yen? Isn't 100 yen like nothing? 100 yen to USD. That's 63 cents. What the fuck are they selling at the 100 yen store? That's not even $1.
Countries have denominations of money that are so much, though. I don't get that. Like, they're like, oh yeah, that hamburger costs 1,400 yen. Just make it 14. Take a couple zeros off that bitch. I don't know why we do that. Like South Korea, 1,000 won shop. Like, make it $1. Why? Just cut the zero.
Yeah, well, no, there's places that have it even worse than that. It'll be like the 5 USD would equate to like 30,000 of their currency.
Off of it. Vietnam, 10K stores. You see what I'm saying? Dollarama in Canada. That's fun. That's a fun one. The UK used to have a 3-penny stores, which sounds dumb, but now they have Poundland, which is where I took your mother last night. And of course, Poland has I have no clue.
Old 5s.
I don't know. Chris, put it on the screen. I have no clue how to say that. There's a 5 in there. Five's watch. Nothing like a little xenophobia to take the edge off. But before I go, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I don't think it's bad to shop at the dollar store. I don't think that's a bad thing to do. And I'm not shaming anyone for doing it. You guys aren't the problem. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes you can really stretch your George Washington shopping at these fine retailers. However, I think it's important to realize just how these stores work, and that's by feeding off of our misery. They give less, they charge more, they destroy small businesses, and create practically death traps. As one retail researcher expertly put it, what the dollar stores are betting on in a large way is that we are going to have a permanent underclass in America, based on the concept that the jobs went away and the jobs are never coming back, and that things aren't going to get better in any of these places. So on that super fun note, thanks for watching Big Tug. New videos every Saturday and sometimes Wednesday. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things. Shout out the extra Tuglets. All my little bargain boys. They're all...
He does promote his fucking Extra Tug website very well.
$4 a month.
Oh, he's a shitload of subscribers. Those are all A's. Wow, he has fucking 9 people subbing to him, all called Bigger Tug. WVed. What makes dollar stores so cheap? Lock in.
If I asked you what's the most popular retail chain in America, you...
Dollar General! It probably has to do with the video, not a pre-watch. You know why I know it's Dollar General, chat? And I'm fucking certain on this. It's either Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Is because Dollar Generals pop up everywhere. At any corner, dude, flashback 5 years, you probably saw one Dollar General in, like, your city. Now, every fucking block... there's a Dollar General. At least in the Northeast, Dollar General, Dollar General, Dollar General. You could be in a town in the middle of nowhere, Dollar General. Big city, they got Dollar Generals every 3 feet, you know? And they're not even selling good shit. They're just selling regular freezer goods. They got bananas, apples, and fucking blueberries. And fucking lighters and cigarettes.
Probably say something stupid like...
It's like Thailand and 7-Elevens. I think it's Thailand. Yeah, Thailand 7-Eleven. How many are there? I'm pretty sure Thailand has like the most 7-Elevens per capita. There's 16,000 7-Eleven stores in Thailand. Oh my God. 200 stores open per quarter. That's more than one per day. That means if you live in Thailand, like if you're a regular Thai citizen, you're walking around and there's a new 7-Eleven in your vicinity every fucking week. Like, oh my God. Because Thailand's not that big of a country either. Like, there's a lot of people, but it's not a huge landmass.
Like CVS, Walgreens, Dwayne Reed.
Yo, CVS? No, not CVS. You know what fucking sucks and shut down? Rite Aid. Nobody goes to a Rite Aid anymore. Rite Aids are dead.
Or Walmart, or Target, or perhaps BJ's. Do you guys love BJ's? I love...
What is Rite Aid? Like a shitty CVS.
Perhaps BJ's. Do you guys love BJ's? I love BJ's. That's a real store in New England, and it's very popular, but holy...
I've been to a BJ's a few times. I've never been to a Costco. I've only been to a BJ's. It's the same thing as a Costco. Like, almost identical.
How did they not see that marketing-wise? But the biggest retailer in the U.S...
I think it's great marketing. I understand it's a bad name, but, like, same thing with Dick's. Hey, you want to go to Dick's? What? Dick's Sporting Goods. And you know, I'm never going to get over this. How is Richard nicknamed Dick? Like, they're not even the same. It's not like there's no short form. It's just, how's Richard Dick?
By number of stores is actually Dollar General. In fact, there are more dollar stores in America.
Because Rick? No, it's Dick. Richard Rick Dick? But that doesn't make sense. I could understand Richard's nickname being Rick, but Richard's nickname is also Dick. Like, you could call a Richard Dick. Richard's nickname. Dick, Rick, Rich, or Richie. The nickname Dick originated in the Middle Ages through rhyming conventions where Richard was shortened to Rick and then changed to Dick. That had to be a diss. And then it stuck, right? Like, no, if you're a Richard in the Middle Ages and they go Richard Rick and then they just start calling you Dick, I mean, like, was Dick a term for penis in the Middle Ages?
America than every Walmart, Target, McDonald's, and Starbucks combined. Who doesn't love going down to the dollar store and picking up a new flavor of Faygo? Look, they got cotton candy flavor.
They actually have the worst products ever. Yo, that's not like a Dollar General, though. That's like a Dollar Tree. If you go to a Dollar General, just has cheap stuff. A Dollar Tree is like a true dollar store. And I think everything now is like $1.25 or $1.50 because of inflation. But like everything at the store is like under $2. Those stores are awesome, but also suck. The vibe when you walk into a Dollar Tree is just grim. There's like one employee, they have like deflated balloons in the corner. And you stroll in and it's just like old Halloween decorations. It's April. Old Halloween it's April in the corner. There's just weird like gum on the floor and you're walking around and they just have like single boxes of candy, loose off-brand sodas, Faygo, and then like freezer bacon that certainly has bacteria. That certainly has some sort of bacteria.
Flavor for only 25 cents. A fitting price for such a disgusting abomination. Oh no, it's not 25 cents. It's $1.25.
Yeah, no, that's what it is now. See, this is a Dollar Tree.
Well, that's a little upset. It's a dollar store. Why are we going over?
Dude, that I've been saying the same thing. And yo, I'm not trying to shit on Five Below. That motherfucker's 80% Five Beyond. We ain't Five Below anymore, buddy. Stop. Change the name of the store at this point. We gotta go 10 Below at that point and just make it that. Because it's like, if you walk into a Five Below, half of the store is a Five and Beyond. It's like, what are we even doing? In 20 years, it's going to be Five Below and nothing's going to be $5 because they can't profit. It's the same thing, bro. If you only see these in big cities, I'm talking like Philly, New York City, you know, maybe like a Miami or somewhere, but like usually like an older city. Have you ever seen a 99-cent store? They still have those in some places. What are they selling there? Off-brand lollipops? Like, what are you selling in 2026? What are you selling for less than $1? Trash. Actual garbage out of the trash can that's like refurbished.
For $1. What for?
Meth? Meth is very expensive comparatively, buddy. Maybe crack? Crack pellets?
For a Faygo.
Faulty condoms? Recalled birth control? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are we selling there that people are buying that?
What the f? I just don't get how you're gonna lie about selling things for $1 and then not only that, sell me something that should be literally a nickel. It's cotton candy Faygo and you're gonna charge $1.25 for that? Have some credibility. But that's just the thing. Hardly anything in the dollar store actually costs $1 anymore. They're all liars.
Yeah, but Dollar General, see, Dollar General, right? When you, like, that's the real facade of these places. Some of them stick true to the name. I'm not upset at a Dollar Tree changing it to $1.25 because everything's $1.25. You walk into a Dollar General, they got shit that's $50 in there. You could buy a fucking a big container of fucking laundry detergent for like $20.
Actually cost $1 anymore. They're all liars. They all sell things more than $1 and it's in their name. It's damn right unconstitutional. It's like if you found out I had a super small penis. I mean, my name's Big Tug. I gotta be packing down there. Start a rumor that I'm packing down there. And honestly, I can't think of one good reason why the dollar store would need to charge more than $1. Inflation, that's made up, print more money. But still, with prices so relatively low, it's no wonder that studies show nearly 90% of Americans have shopped at a dollar store in the last year alone.
Yo, side note, did Killdozer ever do a video where he only ate at a Dollar Tree for a week? Because that video is probably very grim. That video is probably so... Killdozer Dollar Tree. Oh my god, what do you think he ate? Oh.
Guys, it is January 1st, and for the next 14 days, I am only eating and drinking from the Dollar Tree.
What are you eating from a Dollar Tree that is giving you any rotting meat? Any sort of sustenance. Oh my god, they do have frozen vegetables.
Unfortunately, the fruit is going to be a little too expensive.
See, $3. Oh my god, wait, no, Dollar Trees don't even follow the fucking rules anymore. What? No, this is actually ruining my fucking vibe. Okay, everything else is $1.25. You could get mustard. I would just start eating peanut butter for a week.
We ran out of ketchup. Tuna, we have to get tuna. We need...
Oh my. Eating that star-kissed tuna in water. Turkey stick.
But as you see, everything here, $1.25. Strawberry freeze-dried stuff.
Okay, freeze-dried strawberries, but that's just, it's not like, that's not that gross. Where's like...
All done, smells terrible. Dinner! Okay.
Yo, that is actually just straight gruel. Like, and bro, I love watching his videos because he will eat the grossest thing ever, not really make a face, and just be like, yeah, that's the worst thing I've ever tasted.